I need to walk something back from last week.
Skirt.
I spoke too soon.
Is it like a moonwalk or a walk it out kind of situation?
No, it's like a fast paced walk backwards, and it was just because I had spoken about something without having given it a time to really consume it properly.
Okay.
The Kanye record's great. It's fucking great. Took a minute for it to click. Laura and I ended up listening to it. I guess whatever day did we record? Wednesday or Tuesday?
Man.
No, we recorded Monday or Tuesday. And anyway, Thursday we listened to it from 9 a.m. till about 1 p.m. just over and over. And upon listening to it just the second time, it clicked, and then we couldn't fucking turn it off. So I'm walking that back. It's still not as greatest thing he's ever put out, but it's fucking really good.
You like it?
Yeah,
you win.
Well, me and whoever else made it go number one for 2 weeks in a row.
That's fine. Curiosity killed the cat too. Hey, Beyonce has the number one country album. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing from nobody ever again.
It's a good song.
Sure.
What do you mean?
It's fan-fucking-tastic.
I like it anyway. I mean, I would never buy it, but I'm like, when I listen to it, I'm like, that's a
who buys music? I stream music.
So it's funny. I was at the Apple Store today. That's going to come up later. And we were talking about family sharing and stuff through the Apple Music. It doesn't matter. But
I looked that up on one website and it was weird.
But the guy was like, he was like, well, how do you have the music? And I was like, well, I buy it. And he was like, ooh. He was like, he said he was like, good call.
Did he look you up and down when you said that?
Yeah, he was like,
did he check the fit?
When I asked you, that was the last answer I was expecting to hear. But it's going to make your life a hell of a lot easier trying to share it across the family plan or whatever. So that all worked out. But also, I bought that Kanye record when the moment it dropped, and sure. One song has been removed from a Donna Summer sample since. But
you have it.
I have it.
You have it.
Can't take that away from me.
It's like if you pay $200 for his socks and then another $20. So you did.
Well, I don't get 180 back though. That's the difference.
Actually, they are giving back.
No, I don't.
Oh,
because I just bought the song for $1.30.
That's it. So I want to go back to this Beyonce because I'm so curious. If it hadn't been Beyonce, would it have ever crossed your desk?
No.
If it had been
no.
Lainey Wilson.
No.
Okay.
No. I don't think so. Wait. It's possible it could have crossed my desk.
Would you have even given it a second listen?
So that's actually the
steel guitar.
So I only listened once.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible it would have crossed my desk because when you open Apple Music, it goes to new music, sure. And if it's a big country star, it's there. But I would not have checked it out had it not been Beyonce. Okay. And I listened to both. It was 16 Carriages and Texas Hold'em. I think are the
Texas
two
Hold'em is the one That's the only
Texas Hold'em is like the lead. That's the one trying to catch it. Mm-hmm. 16 Carriages.
She has a whole album.
Or it's coming.
She dropped 2 songs at
Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was clever, by the way.
And
really clever.
Anyway, I listened to them and I was like, these are pleasing. I can see how people could like them.
It's very formulaic country music. Formulaic, is that it?
I think so.
Formulaic.
Either way. Yeah. Tomato. However you say it.
But yeah, but I thought it was fine, but it didn't move any needle for me.
I know. I just found it interesting that you had even broached the subject. But I figured it was because of the artist in that case.
Yeah, there's certain people like for instance, like I'm not a Taylor Swift fan by any stretch of the imagination, but when she puts an album out, I give it a listen. You know what I mean? Certain characters are too big for me not to have an opinion on it. Beyonce is one of them. Rihanna's one of them. Taylor Swift's one of them. Drake's one of them. Like I don't like Drake's music at all, and I listen to every album he puts out just so I know what's going on.
Educated hater.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on the list?
Yeah,
I'm an educated hater.
Yeah. Well, I want it to be substantiated. My opinion. I want it to be substantiated. So, like, if something changes dynamically, I don't want to be like, man, fuck them. They'd be like, oh, have you listened to such and such? And I'm like, no, and then I end up loving it.
Well, there's also when people, hate on some shit and they've not at all listened, seen, or anything. So it's like it's better to go in with that approach because it's like you can say, I don't like it, genuinely, versus like, well, I don't like it. Well, why not? Well, because it's Drake. It was like, but. Yeah,
and there's even things like, I see redeemable things in some of that stuff. Like, I'm like, man, I really, for instance, when some of this stuff that's going on in my life right now that's really topsy-turvy gets settled, I plan on going back into that Drake album and cutting verses out of it that I like and pasting together like my own little montage of a song but that's when I have a moment.
Medley.
Yes, a medley of sorts. But anyway, Anyway, this song "Beg Forgiveness," I liked it. That was one of the ones that I liked at first listen. But like I love it now, and
maybe I'll give it another listen. But on first listen, like I was listening to like 2 minutes of songs and skipping just because it was like, what is it? This isn't for me. Is how I felt. Did you listen to it? You're shaking your head, but you're just I'm old. Are you just saying I'm old too? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what.
But he's old too. But here he is.
So I like some of the stuff in the beginning. Like it's cool. It's like a bop, as they say. But like for me, I love there's a song called "Burn." I love from "Burn" to the end of the album. Burns like number 6 or 7, I think.
I'm gonna say this boldly. I think if you played that and your Burn at this table, people would probably like yours better.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that might be bias. I would hope,
maybe.
But anyway, like all things being the same, like that to the end of the album, it's like I don't know. I'm having actually it's actually interesting because it's been making me think a bit about like going back to albums, like to listen to bodies of work. Like, I don't really do that a whole lot anymore.
I mean, I went down that path with listening to all that Outkast and stuff. And I've been trying to listen to albums more than just playlists. And, you know, I have some on Spotify. I don't know if Mason and I have a blend. They procure it from what we listen to and make just like a 30-song playlist every day.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Usually,
it's a lot of the same stuff over and over, though.
When I buy my music, like as soon as it hits my library, I shuffle all of it off into all of the playlists where they belong. Do you know what I mean? Like, so like I'm usually listening to stuff in a playlist or in concert with something else. Do you know?
Yeah. Bobby's the kid that has all his red Legos and red box. I'm just the kid with the tote.
Yeah.
Let me grab this. I got Morgan Wallen, and we'll put him with NWA. All right, cool. There's a playlist.
So one of my piles, my organized piles, is a tote.
That's fair.
Put something in bins, bro.
Yeah. One of my piles is a tote.
What did you never expect to have so many of as a collector? Totes.
Yeah, that's true.
Little screwdrivers.
Yeah, small screwdrivers
and hex keys.
Sticker sheets.
Sticker sheet.
Yeah.
There he is.
Hey, what's up, man?
I was hoping that you would get in before introductions were finished. The king of Pasaconda is upon us.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, due to arrival times, you get the handheld unit.
It's fine.
But welcome. We have Evan. I should say we have Evan in the building.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We have Dante in the building.
What's up?
They got in just under the wire for February. You know, they like to come for a February episode, and then of course the usual cast. Joe and Chris are here as well.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So let's start with our guest.
Really usual today,
and we'll start with our least.
Hey man, let me take that for you. It's the least I can do.
You goddamn right. I said, if this motherfucker let me put this on the floor, it's gonna be problems.
We'll start with our least common to most common. Evan, how's your nerd quarter been?
Was I here in January?
Couple months? It was a couple months.
I was here.
You were
here
not
relatively
here in
recently.
January.
I was.
I think he was.
I think I was.
January?
Were you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he came to look at plants.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See?
December you missed. You missed one recently.
Hey, look, I'm batting 1,000 for 2024. So
Okay. All right. But skinnier teeth.
hey man.
Yeah.
It happens.
It does.
But I'm here. Better
You are?
late than never.
I'm glad to see you as well.
It's great to be here. Great
Good.
to be seen. Better seen than viewed.
Yeah, for sure.
so-
For sure. Dude, are you becoming that dude? They're like,
I am.
Are you
He's choosing that life.
another day, another dollar,
I swear.
another day in paradise?
I talk to these newer guys at work, and they're like, "This." I feel like the old man now. You know.
Just trying to be like you, man.
Yeah, that's it.
You gotta
You know,
have
if I
like
was any better, I'd be you.
All right, here's two. You guys can keep these. These are Southern euphemisms you can use to, hey, what's up? If I was any better, I'd be twins.
I've heard that one.
And
yeah.
then this one, I remember the first time I heard this, I like fell on the floor laughing. I'm hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit.
What does that mean?
I mean, I guess
they're
if you
really moist biscuits down there.
if you cook a biscuit and it's got a hair in it, it's just hanging in there.
DJ, my buddy
Yeah.
DJ, often says when people come in the room, like, "What's going on?" And he goes, "Just trying to get my dick sucked." Which to me is a bit much.
It's not a lie though.
No.
When are you not? You know.
I like that.
Yeah, I love.
I don't think it'll work for me in every situation.
Not the ones that count.
Yeah, exactly.
I have one of these pages I follow is like a Sopranos clips page,
Mm-hmm.
and they had this one like that I laugh. I have saved because I look at it and laugh at every once in a while. It's when I think Paulie's getting out of jail after doing a short little stint, and he goes into this bar, and they all walk in, and they're like, "Hey!" And he goes, "What do you hear? What do you say?" And like and it's like such like the old man like thing. It's like it reminds me of like my father and when he wasn't like a recluse. But anyway, how have you been?
Oh, I've been excellent, man.
Good.
I've been
What's going on?
Blessed, black, and highly favored.
Yeah, all three are. I know are important to making you who you are as a person.
Exactly.
Man,
Exactly.
I'm fucked up on that.
I know. Yeah. Well, you
Ain't
can
got
still be
nothing.
blessed and highly favored.
Not the way I live my life. Buddy.
No, man, things are good. I'm enjoying this season of my life right now, and just working on some things professionally and personally, just to better myself and
Are you?
people around me. Hopefully, But
What are you doing? What are you doing professionally? What's your goals there? What are you doing? What do you got going on?
looking to just move forward.
Are you really?
Yeah. As far as like, different
Well, I
positions.
think in some places they're just handing it out. So
and I'll take it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Hey, if not you, who?
If somebody's going to take action, it might as well be affirmative.
If if not you, who? If not you, who?
Everybody, apparently.
Yeah. that's
You mean
true.
like Yoo-Hoo? Do y'all like Yoo-Hoo, that chocolate
I love
drink?
you,
Hey,
Hoo.
you
I
know-
fucking love you,
But it's
Hoo.
not,
Yeah, I heard something about you this morning.
it's not milk, though.
Gross.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's a chocolate
chocolate
drink.
It's a chocolate
Yeah.
drink. I'm chocolate milk over chocolate
the
drink
fuck?
any day
You
of
know
the
what?
week.
You know what I have in my refrigerator?
I don't know.
Chocolate,
It's chocolate. It's plastic.
and-
liquid.
Water, I think.
Melted foam, maybe.
Because Sarah loves that shit.
Yeah, I
and I
think
look at it, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong?
So, are
with
you familiar with hot cocoa?
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to cold cocoa.
Yeah, basically.
Do you know what?
Makes sense.
Do you know what I have in my refrigerator right now? I have a quart of chocolate milk from Rutter's.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
That's the way. That's the way to go.
good.
Ever had that?
Nah.
Yeah,
So
Rutter's,
Rutter's-
man. Rutter's the way to go.
It's a
Yeah.
PA. It's a PA company, but they have a location in Frederick now.
Kind of lactose intolerant too.
I can't
Don't
win.
let that ever
You
stop
look it.
you.
I know. I know.
You just can't win.
I'm very tolerant of other things, just not the lactose.
You don't look that either. But them fucking glasses you got.
Oh, you know what kind of glasses these are?
Those are Plymouth Rocks.
These
As soon as he came in the house, he started looking out the
Yeah,
window.
yeah, right.
See,
Yeah.
hey man,
Yeah.
I've seen.
I
Movie
walked
clips
in the lens
before.
crafters. I said, I want those.
And did they say yes, sir?
Yeah, they better had. Shit. Mr. X.
FNX.
Damn, I missed the opportunity to change my Facebook name for the month.
Your middle initial is an M, is it?
It is.
It's DMX. There you go, man.
EMX. Yo, you might be on the phone.
Gonna give it to him.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, man. No, he can do it better. My name's EMX now. I'm gonna be making dog noises every day at work.
But now I
All up in the
don't.
lunchroom.
Now I don't growl like a pit bull. You know, I hum like a husky.
Oh my god.
How the plants coming?
Plants are going great, man. It's funny. I liquidated some of my Hot Toys collection.
Did you? What'd you
Yeah.
get rid of? Falcon.
I tell you what, I'm gonna just say this: I won't be popular during Women's History Month.
When is that?
Yeah, I know.
It's
next
March.
month. Next month, yeah.
So I heard this little clip, which I think is interesting. It was why do we think Marvel movies are failing? And it was like I don't think this is always the case, but I'd be a bit remiss if I didn't show this. Here we go.
in the comics.
I didn't read any comics or do any research.
I wasn't familiar with comics. I wasn't familiar with the movies.
We didn't lean into a whole lot of the history of the comic books.
Yeah, candidly, we were not enormous comic fans.
I wasn't super into superhero comics when I was a kid. I read a lot of like indie press stuff.
First thing I was told is don't read the comics.
Really?
As a creator, they put you in a bubble. They don't let you talk about any of the other projects, right?
You know, they're up for anything.
We ultimately decided to redefine it for the series and thought that it worked better for the story that we're trying to tell.
Did you ever read you never read the comic?
When the DVD comes out, I'm going to read a Thor comic book and just see where we went wrong.
One of these. That's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. It's a little sad. Now, I don't think that just because you don't know comic books that it inherently sets you up to make a bad movie, but I do think that when, for those that are listening, those were all Marvel directors and creators of the cinematic universe over the course of like the last 3 years. And what I do think is when you have so many, you do maybe set yourself up for getting a bit too far out of the right path.
Was a successful run made by people who did read the comics?
I don't know.
Also, I don't.
So
that's an argument.
I blame the studio as much. Well, there's a couple things. Mm-hmm.
You can't blame them for taking a job.
Right. So apparently Disney is, like they said, you're in a bubble, and there's a lot of specifics to it. But you'd think they'd be like, hey, guys, we want you to write, I don't know, which Marvel movie would you like to write, Evan?
Black Panther would be great.
Okay, great. So we're back. This Black Panther
I'm clutching
7.
my pearls.
So
fine, Falcon.
Okay, fine.
Black Falcon.
We're going to make them
Black Goliath?
Yes.
Black Adam sequel?
Yes.
So let's say we're going to make the Falcon movie, and Disney says, all right, Evan, we know you've never written a script before, but we're going to give you a shot. Here's 10 things we're going to make sure we include in this. You can connect the dots however you'd like, and then bring it to us and we'll see what we think or whatever. I don't think that's happening. Do you think that
not anymore?
I mean, it ever?
It feels like there was a vision at one point, and then it was scattered into the winds.
Yeah, it seems like
in a cave with scraps, right?
You know, and I think that this Jonathan Majors thing only complicates things a bit further for the plan that they had.
But see, the thing is, superheroes were never cool to begin with, right? They were always nerd things, right? And I'm just like. Not arguing, but like thinking from their point of view.
Yeah.
So like we're trying to make something popular for the the pop culture of mostly people who hasn't also read the comics.
Yeah.
So like I can see from their end that it does matter.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, obviously they're failing now, but like aside from them failing now, just putting their thoughts in a bubble, it seems fine.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. And I think that the likelihood of that being successful in like a one-off movie is far higher than something that's supposed to be kind of strung together.
Yes.
I think that like, you know, that 10-year run that they had, whether those people read the comics or didn't read the comics, I don't know. But what I do know is that there's a few of those characters that seem really out of spirit with the, you know what I mean?
Because the stories were not, a lot of them weren't accurate.
No, but you could still even see where the inspiration came from. Do you know what I mean? Like
they did a lot of fan service,
correct,
in a lot of the movies back then.
Yeah, so I think that like if there's not somebody there just playing bass,
I think they just didn't have.
Hey, you're right. You're right.
Just playing bass, just just constant,
like Jerry Seinfeld style.
So that people can build off of the bass, but the bass still is setting the kind of rhythm. You know, I think that you have all sorts of opportunity. You have more opportunity for success, long-term success.
I think they had Endgame and then didn't have any game after that.
Yeah, they did.
I think that's where they ended.
They forgot.
And then they're just like, what else we got?
They're like, did you see the title? Endgame.
That's it. This is
we're getting off the boat.
So what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So to speak. I actually just went back through and started watch. Well, not started. I actually went through and watched the MCU in chronological order. And at around Civil Wars where it got exhausting, and you power through Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, you know, and just kind of get through it. You get to Infinity War and it's like, okay, it feels right again.
Yeah.
It feels like, okay, I'm into the story again. And then Endgame hits and, somebody asked me the other day, it's like, how do you feel about the movies after watching it that way? And I was like, I mean, it felt just like before, you know, there was an excitement in this period here. You get to Civil War. Spider-Man was fine. Black Panther is like, okay, I'm here. And then it's like, but let's get to, you know, Infinity War. And then once Endgame hits, it was just like, okay, like, done. Yeah, like, and I wasn't even, after Infinity War, I wasn't even excited for Endgame.
Yeah, but there isn't, I know what, I hear you. I am getting your message. but I think, I don't think there's ever been this large an expanse of time of just something that hasn't really stuck.
Yeah,
and I think that
has nothing stuck lately.
Well, I don't think so. I like, because my favorite one is Black Panther 2, which you'll be happy to hear, Evan. Of this,
I'm sure it is this month.
That's my favorite one of post Endgame. However, I think the one that's meant to stick is No Way Home, and I don't think it has.
No.
I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, but it's not in the ether.
It doesn't feel like part of the Marvel universe. It's its own thing.
So
it feels like its own thing because of Sony and shit, you know.
Yeah, but even like I think it feels just as much a part of it as Doctor Strange 2.
I hate Doctor Strange 2.
Not a matter of liking, just a matter of what people are remembering, referencing, popping up in memes, becoming part of culture. You know,
like when I haven't made it there yet. Like I just finished Endgame.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, let me now go through the newer stuff. But as I'm talking to people, you know, especially about phase 4, I guess it was, the only thing that really stands out to people that I've heard was Shang-Chi and Black Panther 2.
Which month is that? Which month is Shang-Chi your favorite?
You'd have to Google it. But we are
April.
Nobody
came out in September.
But I think we are in the year of the dragon.
Yes,
we are.
I think it's June.
Is it June?
It's
June has like everything.
No, it's not. Hang on,
June is Pride Month and Black History too.
Oh, that's right. That's what it is. So
Asian.
The big question, Evan,
I think it's September.
We just won't complain. We just sit down.
What's the ratio of Hot Toys versus to how many Hot Toys do you have to, or how many plants can you get for a Hot Toys figure?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, what's the math? You found anybody that's like, hey, I'll trade you these action figures for these plants?
The case. I sold. Let's say I sold one figure for $200 some.
You're lucky.
Yeah, right. I bought a plant for $250 the next week. So it's almost
if I buy a plant for $250,
yeah, I feel you.
I mean,
it's not going to be from the greenhouse down the street.
I bought plants that were that much, but not lately.
They're consumable.
Yeah. So, a quick question:
it's a Karen. It's going to be a Karen Escobar.
Do you guys think that oversaturation plays a part in the quality of Marvel movies after Endgame?
I think that's easy to say now, but it wasn't that way then. You know, they were pumping out 3 movies a year. Like, I don't know.
Had a goal.
Yeah, for sure. But I think
now it's meandering.
Here's my hypothesis, and maybe Dante, you can. Maybe you can understand or see my point on this, having watched them back to back so recently. But the last time that we watched them all back to back, I came to the conclusion like, oh fuck, most of these movies are the fucking same movie over and over and over again, and then there's like these few different ones that kind of stand out. And I wonder,
it's the MacGuffin Chronicles.
So Shang-Chi, once again, we're back to the same movie over and over again. So I was actually interested. I was curious to hear when you say that. I was like, oh well, fuck, that's just the same formula again. And now,
but you add Awkwafina to it.
Yeah, and who can't wait to do that? And then in this phase, there hasn't. Shang-Chi is probably the only one that is that way.
So,
question mark.
Looking at the chronological, because they include shows on it, but you can look at it also without the shows and just
thank God.
And so I skipped a lot of shows, but I am watching Loki. Just
I like Loki.
Let me.
I think it ended well.
Yeah, I've skipped a lot lately, but I watched Loki. I thought that was good.
But like for the chronological, Shang-Chi was after Endgame. It's supposed to come after Endgame. So I think in that part of it, and also the origin. So it wasn't, it was one of those movies where it's like, it's a fun movie. It was enjoyable, but it's, the basic formulaic origin story. Here, let's meet this character. Let's see where he fits into the bigger picture.
Explain the powers,
and then
fight the bad version of him.
Yeah, and then you go to the next movie. Eternals.
Okay,
and
I also enjoyed Eternals. Even
I've only watched it the one time and I fell asleep. It wasn't that I didn't enjoy it. It was just
That's what it was for me.
It felt like, okay, I'll
enjoy what it
time.
I enjoy what it could have been.
I think it's Salma Hayek's worst movie.
I like
ever.
Laura.
Mainly because she's wearing
She's in. Oh yeah, I have a Salma Hayek
Come on,
action figure. Okay, never
you know how to sell these movies.
You know how
What
to
are you
sell this
doing?
movie. Come on.
Why are you?
Like, why is her shirt on?
I mean,
but
I mean,
I guess it's next month we have to worry about.
we're good. I know the timing. But no, I think when you get to a movie like Eternals, and yes, that's an origin movie too, I guess. But I think there's a lot
But it's
more.
way different. Yeah.
And people
agreed.
are just like, because I do feel like with a movie like that, especially, people went in kind of automatically like, I hate this movie. And most people, again, we're at that point now where people aren't even seeing movies before they're just hating it. And that's a lot of the internet, bullshit. Just like, let's hate this shit before we get to see this shit so that way we can bury it.
Yeah, but
so
if you
it's
think
nothing.
about the amount of time it took to change the tide for Marvel, a lot of mid got through.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the thing.
Before people are like, wait a minute, it's not getting any better.
Well, and that's what I think too. A lot of it is kind of like, I can pass on it now. I don't need to see all the stuff. Whereas before, all the shit was an event. We only got, movies kind of spaced in a certain time. And we're doing that with the movies now, but we're also getting TV shows and you're getting exhausted with it. But, again,
saturation is a thing.
When you come back to something like Eternals, it's like we're waiting for the big event movie and it's Eternals and people are like, okay, what the fuck is this? And it's no different than the Guardians because Guardians was, a franchise that nobody knew what the fuck that was.
I enjoy Guardians.
They had a cartoon, I guess, but still nobody really knew what Guardians of the Galaxy was.
I think you liked most of it.
No, I haven't even watched a lot.
Aside from Doctor Strange 2,
I didn't watch the new Thor. I didn't watch I haven't watched much more.
I feel like all of the Marvel that you've watched, aside from Death of that awful one, Doctor Strange 2. Mm-hmm. I feel like everyone that you've seen, you've been like,
the Ant-Mans or whatever.
No, of this phase.
What? That's what I'm saying. I haven't watched a lot.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The Guardians. Shang-Chi.
Quantumania.
Did you see that one?
Didn't bother.
Didn't see that one.
I saw it. I saw it with the perverted field on the airplane, and I wasn't.
Black Panther 2.
No,
I didn't see that one.
No.
So I mean, those are the only three that I can think of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Eternals.
Eternals, was it this phase?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What phase? I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Phase 4. So I think
now we're
all the movies you've seen, you've enjoyed.
Yeah. But I haven't cared to watch a lot of them.
And even the shows.
I didn't watch.
You enjoyed
Ms. Marvel. I didn't watch the Marvels.
You enjoyed both.
I didn't like Captain Marvel that much.
But of this phase, like I think
I don't know. I only know like everything up to Endgame and then everything after Endgame.
Yeah, but I just feel like looking, and it's nothing I've ever thought about, but just having the conversation now, I'm like, I don't know if you've disliked much of it. You might actually be the exception.
I think
to the
it's
rule.
a lot of it's fine when you talk about it. I mean,
it's fine to where I don't care enough to watch it. So like, why do I even rate things I don't bother to watch?
Well,
right? But I don't think you've said any of those have been fine. I don't think you've said any of those have been fine.
I mean, we've definitely got a way to prove this.
Yeah, I think you liked. I'm just saying, like looking back on it now, I think you actually have liked most of it. You might be the exception.
Of what I watched, maybe. Yeah,
I think of all of it.
I'm going to treat this podcast like I'm talking to an AI named Ricky. Hey, Ricky, can you pull Joe's opinions on all phase?
I'm just thinking in my head, like,
phase 5, 4 or 5?
I can't think of it.
Anything since Endgame, we need Joe's opinion, and we need it cut into one clip.
It's easy for me because I've only loved one.
Our name's Laura. We get it.
Yeah. But,
I think that's the thing, though, too, with the movies. It's like there's the all the way on this side of it of love and then all the way on this side of hate. And then it's okay to have those movies where you're just like, it's fine. Like, would you watch it again? If it's on, but
so that's interesting.
Most of the shows have been okay, but like Loki and What If, I really liked.
Yeah, What If's another one.
I liked What If. Yeah,
I don't.
What
think
if there was a second season and I've never seen it yet?
You should watch it.
I didn't even realize it came out.
It ties in with Loki also.
In the same breath, I'm not sure that I've of anything. I'm saying that and hiding behind a wall in case the bullets are coming my way. I'm not sure if I hate anything.
You don't hate
Iron Man 2.
Was it 2 or 3? 2.
3. Whatever one is.
I think it's 3. You hate
that's the one I hate. That's the one I hate. I think that's it. I think everything else I'm like, I don't like
Ragnarok?
it. I don't like it. I don't hate it. There's parts I like and I enjoy of it, but there's a bunch of them I don't like. But there's a bunch of them that kind of like ruin it enough for me where I'm like, fuck, like I don't even want to watch this because like The Dance Off is one of those things for me where it's like I love that movie up until that point.
See what you did.
Yeah, it made good discussion.
I know. I try.
Made discussion. I mean, I'm loving it.
So plants.
Yeah.
Are you going to come pick up that plant?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I
let Kristen know.
Yeah, I was actually about to show you a picture of like
we went to that place that you went to, and she was like, "I don't know how he gets good luck with it."
I saw a rare picture of you in public. That's weird.
Was you in public?
Like, looking at plants.
He's like, I was in public.
Somebody posted a picture of you on the internet of you
weird.
wearing pants.
I don't even take pictures. I don't take pictures of myself. That's for goddamn sure.
Well, obviously it wasn't a selfie yet. Yeah, somebody took a picture. Once a year you did.
I don't know. The place in Rockville or some shit.
Oh, Silver Spring.
Silver Spring, yeah. Yep. Like she's like every time we went there like a couple weeks ago too. Like she never see anything good there. She said it looks dingy, but then you always get something good there.
Yeah, I found the monkey tail cactus that she was looking for. They on the Instagram they posted it.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Okay,
so
I used to use that as my finishing move in a wrestling.
Monkey tail.
I knew
monkey tail cactus.
I knew you were heading that way when you had an app in your phone that you could show your camera at a plant.
He makes it sound like I came out the closet just now.
And we were, and to be fair, I was very accepting.
You were,
but when you were showing it showed. Now my camera does it automatically. It'll tell you what kind of plant it is.
I was ahead of the curve, man.
You were ahead of the curve.
I've got a mushroom identifier app.
I bet.
Well, my yard is very damp. So I get a lot of different mushrooms.
No truffles or anything?
I've never found anything like that. I found ones that they say, here it is.
This is a much better conversation than the Marvel one.
Picture mushrooms. I don't know. But they want me to pay. I'm not going to pay.
You don't want to pay to see mushrooms this morning.
No, I'm not going to say. Yeah, see, they're trying to put me in a free trial. Anyways.
I can't say it on here.
Yeah.
Look, see, there's March's top mushroom. Look at it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got toasted coconut on it.
Is that what it's called?
Safe to eat?
No, probably not. Most of these are like
most of the ones that don't look safe to eat are they look that way for a reason. Trust your animal brain.
These grow in my yard. It's a lethal. It's called a destroying angel. But now that's all the plant shit I can talk about.
There you go.
That's all I can talk about.
Other than the plant shit, everything's good, man.
Good.
Do you have a greenhouse at the house?
Yeah, he does.
What color is it?
You say what color?
It's bright clear.
It's white.
I thought that was your question.
Same color as his dog.
Kind of clear.
Okay.
Transparent.
Is that transparent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Transparent.
Most of the things that he loves in his house are white. Greenhouse, husky, and then there's everybody but Zach.
Yeah, everybody but Zach. That should be a title of the show. Everybody but Zach.
That's still one of my favorite episodes.
When he gets old enough, I'm going to let him listen to it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep going. And Dante, what you got? Evan, did you listen? Sorry, real quick. Did you listen to the Kanye record?
Kanye has a record.
Okay. Dante, how's your nerd semester, quarter, month?
Semester.
Okay. Semester.
Okay.
As said earlier, I've been watching the MCU chronological. It's fine. I won't do it again. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's much more than like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars.
I mean, what helps is that you've seen them before, so a lot of it can play in the background, and you can tune into the ones that
you can vacuum to them. Yes,
yes.
That's become a thing. That's become a thing. Good movies to vacuum to.
Hey, I rearranged the basement, and I did a lot of vacuuming. Had some movies on in the background while vacuuming, so that's what I do. Podcasts,
no doubt.
Constantly podcasting.
Any new shows on the horizon? You got the horror show.
We're going to.
So you like horror?
Yeah. We're doing, like last year we did Horror by the Decades. This year we're gonna do curse films. So shit like Poltergeist, things that has a curse behind the scenes. Exorcist is coming up. I'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah.
Movie that Alec Baldwin was that? No.
So people were giving me suggestions of like I was trying to keep it to horror, but people are like, Wizard of Oz. I was like, that could be a horror to some people, but I'm not gonna do that.
My mom said those flying monkeys scared the shit out of her.
The witch used to scare me
because they used to play that. It was a big big deal. I don't know if I'm probably showing my long teeth here. It was a big deal for years. Like they once a year, so I think it was CBS show.
Yeah, CBS.
Yeah, it might have been on like Black. Well, it's Black Friday now. I think it might have been.
It was in November.
Yeah, it was like a special.
Watch it.
Or it could have been in fucking February. I don't know.
It could have been White Monday. I don't know.
By the way, Asian Heritage Month is in May.
Is it? No one cares.
Nobody's gonna be May.
That's why we go to Japan.
What's September? Is that
Asian people just keep,
I don't know. Let me just see.
Pacific Island.
Yeah, so
we're fucking. We just keep our head down and keep our white adjacent status and that call it a day.
Well, it depends. Only under certain narratives. There was that one little bit where it was like just interchanged, and then the other shoe dropped, and
at least we had that option.
I honestly think, man, most of that shit is like that people like cling to be like they're the one thing that's theirs or whatever. It's like it's usually the fucking least interesting thing about them.
September is Hispanic Heritage Month.
I'll celebrate.
It's
that.
also Library Card Sign Up Month. So.
I mean, I guess I do too.
Okay.
Tomato.
I'm from Colombia. I might as well.
That's true.
Library Card Sign Up Month. Okay.
My wife
didn't know that was a thing.
Argentinian.
Well, now we know.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I roll some empanadas in this bitch.
My wife's got 4% African blood. Just putting that out there. We're not celebrating.
I know where the 4% is.
Yeah, we know where. You can do side bends or sit-ups.
All right. I'm back.
Siri, convert percentages to inches.
But yeah, with that, we're doing cursed films this year. So far, we did Rosemary's Baby. It was a lot of fun. We're about to do Twilight Zone, the movie, which isn't even a cursed film. It's just that John Landis is a fucking idiot. And that's what that boils down to. It's not cursed. He's just stupid.
All right, but we got to also say the Thriller's awesome.
Yep. No.
All right.
Thriller's fucking great. American Werewolf in London, great.
All right, cool.
Animal House, fantastic.
Right.
But when he, got people killed, not okay. Kind of stupid. And it could have been avoided. Instead, he said, let's go get some Asian kids off the street and,
Here we are again.
John Landis said it, not Dante. But yeah, that's what we're running through with So You Like Horror. Columpton, we're actually about to kind of split it a little bit because Steve's like, well, let's call it Beer Club because we review beers. But it's like, bitch, we barely talk about beers. We
just drink it.
We drink the beer, we give a score, and we move on with life. So I suggested to him, why don't we, when we open the show, just review the beers right away. 30-minute segment on that and give it its own show, and then the other 90 minutes just bullshit.
I've definitely found it like beneficial to get the most out of something, like turn one thing into two things. Like top 5 uncut, dummies uncut, or like there's all these little things. Like even the best of. I mean, it's I guess 51 things that turn into 52, but
I mean, look, you could clip this show down and what Ricky does. Like, if this was a video podcast, we would have this every time we recorded, we have a whole week's worth of content for whatever platform.
But as long as somebody wanted to fucking clip it, which is another problem.
Well, they make AI that does all that shit for you, dude. You load the video, it gives you fucking 10 1-minute.
Yeah,
vertical videos.
It'd just be weird. Like there'd be weird like set. It'll be like, you know what I mean? It'll be like halfway during one joke and then end a quarter through the next joke. And then for some reason all the hands look weird.
AI editing.
It might be worth it just to, I don't know.
One of my favorite memes was like it was like people on the internet, and it was like, look at the hands, they're awful. And it's like artists in real life, and it's like a drawing of a fucked up hand. It's like hard as fuck to draw.
Just put a mist over it.
It's frightening how good that shit's gotten that quickly.
They showed like a video of the fucking video of like AI cats and fucking medieval clothes video next to like the Will Smith eating spaghetti video. I enjoyed this Will Smith eating spaghetti video more, to be fair, but the cat video is fucking good.
Yeah,
and they're making porns of all those people now too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
I mean, they've been doing that. They look a little better.
They
now.
just get better.
Yeah.
They've gotten better.
But it's not a deep fake, I guess, is the difference.
Yeah, it's straight up generated.
Yeah, it's generated.
How do you guys? It's kind of off topic, but where do you see AI in the next 5 to 10 years as far as being able to tell the difference between what's real and
well, straight replacement?
How it relates to us?
No, not
I mean, there are people who can't tell now unless you either tell them or ask them to look carefully.
So I think AI.
Yeah, but they have their own type of Olympics. I mean, like real people.
No, real people.
No, they got their own.
No, man.
Hang on, they got their own type of candidate, and they're also old as fuck.
That's true. So
I mean, I'm scared to death. Like, and my parents are smart people, but like my dad got fooled by a damn website for a hotel, which is funny because on the news this morning they were talking about how this is an epidemic. Like, you go to stay at the Hampton Inn, where you just Google Hampton Inn.
Yeah.
The first thing that pops up ain't Hampton Inn. It looks just like Hampton Inn, but it's not.
I'm super happy that my grandmother passed before having to deal with the internet. You know what I mean?
But just like people getting fooled and the misinformation, and how, you know, how easy it's going to be to make a video of like, no, I see. There's video of you. You're saying that. You're saying that Black Panther was not a good film. I saw a video of you.
Right.
Yeah. There's
doing
enough
that.
of our information on the internet. We can all do that.
It's the older generation, though, right? And in my mind, speaking in my fucking box I don't go outside in, I'm thinking generations that grow up with certain things are going to be more keen on certain things. Like, we're going to have a generation of skeptics where everything's fake until you prove it's real.
We already
do. Which is fine. Whereas, like, as you see, the older the people are, the easier they are to get scammed by the Nigerian prince. Right.
Yeah, but I don't think even our generation is getting tricked.
I know, but I'm saying, like, it gets progressively harder.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, it's easier to trick us than
and
our
these,
kids.
And these people are, I mean, these are complicated criminal enterprises that are doing these scams. Like, you know, there was one, it was on the news. It was on.
I was speaking for AI just as
well, you know, Allen Iverson has a place. He's in the Hall of Fame now. So,
but I mean, there's Instagram accounts of like fake people, just AI generated people. And like, if you look at the comments and the followers, like, they are being followed by people who think these are real people. Lots of them.
The other side of that is,
like,
that's wild.
You're going to tell people like, no, that's
if
not.
you don't have a discerning eye, or if your brain doesn't fucking turn on most of the time, you're not going to pick it out.
So, I mean, literally, somebody's like, well, I saw on the internet that this happened, and they're like, no, that didn't happen. Yeah, I saw.
Bobby loved this world, by the way. You love this world. You wanted to go back to this world. Because you were like, when we were young, nothing can be proven, and you love it. And I was like, but now we can prove stuff now. And now we're moving back to the place where you can't prove anything. And I think you like that.
But there's one caveat to it is that, like, I think that a lot of the misinformation of our era was like people being imaginative. It wasn't people trying to purposefully mislead.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I disagree. I think when people are like, hey, like, I think Manson is the kid off the Wonder Years. Yeah. I think that was somebody just looking at him and be like, man, he kind of looks like the kid off the Wonder Years. I wonder if he is the kid off the Wonder Years. And then, like, it comes from, it's not like I'm trying to get into your fucking credit card or make you vote for a different person.
I mean, you don't remember malicious rumors being spread? I mean, I think that's a human thing. But
I feel like most of them motherfuckers were true.
Well, also,
it wasn't that shit you had to worry about.
Also, now too,
she did
like,
what?
During that time, it's like, you know, like you says, like rumors that are just like imaginative, whereas now there's financial gain to be made off a lot of shit now. And
exactly.
Whether it's like, you know, fake Instagram accounts with fake OnlyFans and people.
They are AI OnlyFans where But like the thing is, like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because we still have people in 2024 that fucking are in pyramid schemes and promotes it. So like that's the old Ponzi scheme. How old is that shit? And people are still fucking doing that.
Well,
like
Ponzi invented it in the 19.
I don't think he invented it, but he named it after
Gianni Ponzi. We don't have a fucking month.
But you know, it's like many things that I don't like in life. I don't blame on the thing. I blame on the people who keep it going.
So it's like hate the art, not the artist, but backwards.
Yes.
Okay. No, we're on the same page.
Anything else?
It's really like if people are fucking just going like fucking smarter, that's not smarter, but just use that fucking brain more. I don't even have to do with intelligence. I think people are just fucking going around with a fucking lights turned off.
I think a lot of times they want to find shit that confirms their view.
That too.
Confirmation bias. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So if something's fake. But if something's fake and it goes against, I'll give you the perfect one. When they were going through the fucking the Epstein documents, the list. So I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck. I don't think that just because you were there, it makes you a monster. I don't think that Just because you're there, it makes you innocent.
Stephen Hawking and the midgets, though, that's wild.
That's hilarious. But the arguments that people
let the man live a little bit.
The arguments that people got in over Trump being there, that's 100% because of how they feel about Trump one way or the other, and has nothing to do with the document itself.
But that's the same. The kind of people who are like that, it's not about being skeptics or whatever. It's about critical thinking. Just think for yourself and like analyze shit.
That's the problem. The world we live in now incentivizes not having to engage in critical thinking because everything is so easy. It's at your fingertips.
Right.
So that's the kind of world we're living in now, and it's going to progressively get worse.
But it's up to you as a person or you as a parent to like teach critical thinking because it will further yourself, your life, and humanity as a whole.
You know, I tell my kids all the time if they're complaining about something they're doing at school, like math, for example, all that trigonometry and whatnot. It's like, look, there's a percentage of the world that for a living is going to need to know this stuff. Sweetheart, you're not part of that percentage. But what this is teaching you how to do, and I wish I had realized this when I was in school, is they're teaching you how to think.
Yes.
They're teaching you how to take information and process it into something else.
Logically go through step-by-step problem solving.
That is a big miss, I think, that we were not more like Front Street with that with kids. I'm like, hey, listen, this is important that you're learning how to take 3 letters and somehow come up with numbers. But the process, learning the process.
They told us that in Asia Land. They just don't tell them.
They don't tell you there.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
But I think part of what's with that logic, though, too, is like, you know, when we talk about, well, the internet talks about how the kids today are soft, the kids today are this, and it's like, well, we're the parents of those kids.
Yeah.
So it's like
100%.
It's like, you know, we can get mad about it, but then we have to look in the mirror and be like, well, what the fuck am I doing wrong? That my
texting each other's parents when our kids get into beefs, which is fucking insane.
But it's funny you say that.
Dude, I'm in the throes of it right now.
So am I. It's wild.
But I did want to say, you know, even like Google, you mentioned the shit being at your fingertips, which I agree with your overarching point there. But like, even Googling is getting harder.
Yep, absolutely.
It's getting harder to find the right information because most Googles, I feel like, want to send you.
I love how you say it's Google's plural.
They want to send you based on some sort of like global algorithm or something. It's
absolutely.
like
so. I'll be honest with you. I always look for like 3 things that seem to be the same before I'll make a decision.
That's fair. But I mean, I'm even saying just to get to that. 3 answers that I'm looking for is challenging. If I'm like, hey, you know,
it's because you're on an iPhone. That's why.
Well, no, it's because I'm on Google.com. But I do think that like the shit that's like fucking like I've had more luck looking for answers on shit like Bing and shit recently than Google because it's just it's not sending you to like these formulaic response things that I feel like Google has set up now. There was something I was just looking for.
It's SOE, buddy.
Something I was just looking for recently, and I typed in the question exactly as I wanted it, and it auto-corrected it to a very easy question that I'm sure has been Googled 1,000 times, but was not the question I wanted to know at all, but it was related. I wish I could remember what it was off the top of my head, but it happens frequently.
But just like most things, that's why it's good to have competition and have choices. Look, if everyone used Google and Google sucks,
I'm not saying that's not even my point.
I'm saying like, it's good that you realize like try Bing, try I don't know Alta Vista,
whatever.
Yahoo,
Ask Jeeves.
You know where it's a good place to ask questions. Like funny enough, it's fucking Reddit.
Still up?
I know you use only Reddit for porn, but Reddit is great for
information. I use Reddit for most.
Reddit's great for information.
Yeah. I agree.
It's once again, Reddit's good for information, but sometimes you got to read that whole thread.
100%.
Yeah, but you get more input than just the algorithm, at least.
Yeah. I wish I could remember what that question was, but go ahead.
What is the Matrix?
Yeah.
Well, fuck, I forgot what else I was about to fucking say.
But that is an example. Just I feel like if I were to type in what is the Matrix, they would bring up shopping cues for how to buy the Matrix.
Yep.
Probably.
Perfect example.
Podcast, the horror podcast, Compton, and even Off the Mask, we kind of split it a little bit because Phil comes on from time to time, and we talk about like the.
How was he to roll around with?
What's that?
How's he to roll around with?
Not very good at jiu-jitsu.
Oh, sorry, wrong button.
Fair enough.
But you know, and we do those episodes we just call Off the Mats Nerdcast, and I just once every couple months, we'll get together and talk about shit like that. But yeah, just trying to split those things up and make more out of it. Got back to jiu-jitsu because
nice.
I've been kind of going periodically, but not consistently. Been eating better and working out better, and that obviously translates to the mats. I feel a lot better coming back, and just also consistently having a plan, because a lot of times folks just come to jiu-jitsu just go to jiu-jitsu. There's no plan.
Right.
It's like, what's your system? What are you trying to learn? What kind of grappler are you trying to become?
Right.
So kind of gotten back into that and really like locking that down.
They opened a BJJ place in my town.
Yeah, I saw
Mount. I was going to think it's called Mount.
Apt.
Yeah. And then I got somewhat of a new neighbor. Somehow Teresa ended up nearby.
Really?
Yeah, she's like 5 minutes away.
Wow.
Like,
can you fill in the audience and who this is?
So she was in the world orbit.
Oh boy, here we go.
Orbit.
Do you know how she got brought in? Like what her point of entry was? So to speak?
She lived around the corner.
Did she?
And like we would see her, but like no one talked to her. I think. Well, I know Charles was obsessed with her older sister because she has some big old titties. So and, that's exactly what he was like. Like, who is that?
Give me one reason. I give you two.
Like, Teresa would like float about and be like, who's that? And it was like, I don't give a fuck. Who's her sister? It's like, oh, okay. But she was in Mount. That's how I know about the jiu-jitsu spot, because she lives in Mount Airy.
Oh, the plot thickens.
But you guys have kind of remained friends ever since, but you've had some on again, like kind of off again. I feel like moments.
We have static sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, but we try to smooth it out, because at the end of the day, it's like, look, we've like been there for each other when shit has gotten like just like bad for like her with whatever's going on, and then me, it's like she tries to be there, and I'm like, I don't want anyone there. She's like, no, you need us. I'm like, okay.
You know what should be commended? She should be commended for. She's one of the few ladies that hung out over there that didn't get completely turned out.
True. But I think, but she had a science to that though, because she would bring the ones that
100%.
she did turned out.
Nah, she brought the biggest one.
Hold up.
She was like, deflect.
The biggest one. Where I mean, like this girl. Like I'll sum it up best. I remember Payne talking about her, who was another guy that hung out there, and he was like, "Oh, she's a whore," and he was from DC, so he had a weird accent. But I was like, I laughed. And he's like, "No, I'm telling you, I saw her bent over a pool table, and they was fucking her in the ass with a pool stick, the fat end."
What she's doing now.
And what's wild is like, because she ended up in the industry.
Yes, she became an adult film star,
which is crazy, because
that chewed her up and spit her out, so to speak, pretty quick too.
Yeah, I'm sure she spit some other stuff.
Yeah,
I just someone sent me someone sent me a link. It was talking about, I guess, the suicide rates in that industry, specifically, are really high. And someone just recently,
recently, like a couple days ago,
committed suicide. And you go to the comments, and a lot of comments were kind of shitty, but there are some people, kind of spitting facts. And one of the things that they said was like, a lot of them come from like, fucked up childhoods and but the machine.
That was this girl's name, by the way.
The Love Machine.
We rarely said love, though.
Both her parents are there. They're both supportive and caring. It's just sometimes people just get
right into the wrong crowd. Sometimes
got addicted to the attention.
Well, exactly. It's like, it's the attention. Like, give me more. And it's like, I don't think you sure.
Like 16 of us here. There's no more to give.
It's like, hey, we got a room. We only got so many holes.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Is that? Yeah?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. No,
Wow.
That's a dedication.
No,
right
no,
there.
didn't. Only exchange she wanted was the.
You got to
was
build
the
your
moment.
portfolio.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
Show you really want it.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the machine is not my neighbor.
Yes, correct.
Teresa is nearby, which I mean, it's fine. It's kind of obnoxious at times because, like, hey, like when we're recording Compton on Friday, it's like, hey, what are you guys doing? It's like, well, we're recording Compton. You mind if I come over? It's like, I don't care. Just, you're just gonna be sitting in the background though, unless you want to pull up on the mic. That's fine. But like we're gonna be saying some really like goofy shit that you probably can't connect with.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Like her and Sarah get along. Sophie enjoys her company. So I'm like, all right, come through.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Cool.
But other than that, that's pretty much it. Just podding, rearranging the basement, and open it up for better podcast.
Better podcast environment.
Yeah.
Christopher, you got your coffee first. Joey, how was your nerd week?
I didn't do much.
Me neither.
Notes. I had pizza.
Yes, we had pizza
It was a
here.
good time. I was here. We were here for several hours.
Yeah.
Cooking.
Well,
I wasn't. I was watching you cooking and eating.
Yeah, it was good though. It was a good debate, good conversation. I mean, I enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I wanted to come and hang out because we don't do it enough off air.
Yeah, I agree. It was good.
Next time we'll make some Korean ribs and Japanese chicken.
I do like those. I can't speak on the Japanese chicken yet, but
you had which she well, I guess you had so much ribs.
Yeah, I think I just fucked the ribs.
Yeah, you like fuck the chicken.
Yeah,
but yeah, we're gonna same thing. We're gonna bring like 3-4 pounds of meat.
Yeah,
so
we have invited you too, Christopher, but we had never heard back from you.
When was this?
And sometimes Joey put something in the chat of like, let's get together. What days do you have available? And I was like, how does February 17th? I think was that the day?
Something like
I was like, February 17th.
It must have happened during a time where I was.
I know this job's kicking your ass.
Yeah.
And Kelly got her ass kicked, so
yeah, that too.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure how traveling she is right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a good time hanging out with the extended fam, your family.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more comfortable hanging out with your family than most of my family and any of Krista's family.
Yeah, well, my kids are cool as shit, man.
And I watched them grow up.
Yeah,
like, yeah,
but they're like funny.
Like I was around when fucking Leia wasn't.
Yeah, true.
I've known her whole life.
Yeah, it's true. It's crazy actually to think about.
Final Fantasy VII demo, second demo came out yesterday. I was playing it today, but I just stopped. I was like, just let me play the real thing. I don't want to play part of it now and then either redo it or like just be spoiled for it. But it's coming out next week when I'm at the Arnold.
Oh,
I'm gonna as soon as I come back, I'm gonna play.
Yeah,
but like, I love it. Like nothing.
Already?
Yeah. I mean, I've been loving it since the first demo, and I knew I was gonna love it before it came out.
Right.
So I'm just one of the most exciting things I'm looking forward to.
I do want to say real quick, this was a pizza conversation that's come up a couple times here. That like I'm trying to get it right, and like that last cheese pizza that came out. That New York style cheese pizza, like
with sausage?
No, just the plain one.
Oh, okay.
That's the closest I've ever gotten it to like the thin crust, like
crunchy,
the ratio being right between all of it. Like, I was like, that was like the closest I've ever got. And plus, our oven is broken, so it goes a little hotter than it's supposed to.
Is that good or bad?
Good.
Yeah, because it makes it crisp, right?
Yeah, because you're supposed to have it around 800. Mine can get up to like 650 now.
Now it's broken, and if I had it, we can get up to 800.
Yeah,
perfect.
Took the regulator out.
Yeah. But you know me, I just like everything was good, but like, well, I'm there for the Chicago.
Yeah. We got that one down pat. We got that one down pat. But that New York one has been a fucking elusive bitch, and we're getting close.
I'm glad y'all like to cook.
Yeah, we do.
And I got to play some.
It goes good with drinking.
Magic in person. Like one of my it's hard because the kind of Magic I like to play is a 4-person, right?
Did you have to gather for it?
You don't have to gather for it. You can do it online.
Since it was February,
this is spell table. We're at right now.
Yeah,
you didn't know that.
This is the spell table.
Yeah, our audience has deemed this the spell.
I like how he looked like this is confirming.
You don't see. spooky.
Haunted or something?
It's spooky, not scary.
Well, I wanted to
Not
ask.
the seance table, the spell table.
Well, I wanted to
we
ask,
cast the spells.
since it was February. Was it black magic?
Well, I only
all the time.
Or you just play Ella Fitzgerald
fair-
in the background the whole.
To be fair, I only play black in Magic.
See?
So there's multiple. There's
Thank
5 colors and combinations of colors. Usually people play combinations of colors. I play only black. I call
Those
mono.
5
It's called mono black.
Mono black?
Yeah, I only play black.
Yo, I like that name. Yo, that shit goes hard. Mono black.
All my decks are mono black.
Yo, if y'all see a new name on Instagram pop up, that's what it's gonna be. Mono black, man.
Black deck, bro. Damn.
EMX.
But yeah, it was nice to actually like get to use all these fucking cards I've been buying over the years. Got rid of a lot of the. I've been talking about getting rid of stuff, and I've finally got rid of all my excess cards. So I only have cards in decks.
Okay.
And like a few, like a stack of cards you can swap out with.
Okay.
But it was very fun. So I'm looking forward to getting together with these guys again. But
Nice.
March already doesn't look like it's going to be happening.
Got the
were
game.
like, let's try to do it monthly, and March is already fucking out the window. We're looking at April now. Because like just getting the 3 of us together is hard, right? Imagine trying to get one more person to consistently show up.
Yeah, and I actually I'm thinking about expanding some of the stuff that I do, and it's getting hard to find the time, like without cutting out something else.
And I mean, and also if you have to rely on other people to also
that's
show
always
up when you can show up,
always tricky.
Yeah, but yeah, so excited about Magic and excited about Final Fantasy. 2 things I love are happening right now, so it's great.
Good.
What I rewatched The Void.
Okay.
It's good. I mean, as well. I mean, for a Polish slash flick. No, it's like a body horror of cosmic, like
proportions.
Yeah,
cosmic
I always
horror.
think cosmic.
Yeah, it's like a Lovecraft type deal. I think it's good.
Okay.
I wanted a sequel.
I heard Lovecraft's got a
more.
glory hole down on 40.
It's got an octopus on the other side.
I'm telling you, I heard that.
I don't mess with a lot of stuff on.
That's the
well. So what's funny is that there's a Lovecraft in where we live in Frederick, and there's also a Lovecraft in another county, but it's by the same name, and it's also on 40. And
unrelated though. Unrelated.
Yeah, past that. And
Man, that's
near the
market
bowling
confusion.
alley.
Yeah.
And I believe they both have glory holes. I believe.
I've never been in that one. I've always been there for a long time.
Yeah.
We should really try to get more Maryland people to listen to this podcast. I mean, I live in Maryland. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. So,
But after we do a fast food tour, we should go.
Do a field trip.
Wait, fast food before or after the Buddy Booth?
Definitely after. Definitely after.
this is the weirdest double date I've ever been on.
have Ronald make us a sandwich. Anyway,
fuck. What isn't good for me is I think I need to slow down on the true crime stuff. It's like,
Are you getting numb to it?
no, like it makes me angry. Like because it's not always the bad guys get what they deserve, right? Sometimes they tell you the whole story. Like, by the way, they got away, or like they got 4 years because of technicality.
and there's only one time where you get what you deserve, and it's when you bow down to the one you serve.
Yes.
Sorry.
I mean that he was a prophet back then.
Yeah.
And then sometimes people get away with it, and then sometimes it's just the darkness of humanity. Because I'm not always the biggest fan of humanity's morality as a whole. I always have kind of pessimistic view on us as a species, and like this just amplifies my feelings on that, and just. And I've been trying to cut out negativity in my life, and over the last, half a year now, to like stay positive. So, as much as I enjoyed this, I think it's going to end up doing more harm than good. So, just like when I don't remember what music we were talking about a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I really enjoy that genre of music, but even that music, I'm trying to like either not listen to or cut down on because it immediately affects my mood. Like I don't consider myself a music person. I wouldn't tell people that. People probably wouldn't consider me that. But I'm deeply affected by music easily. That's why I listen to. I tell you about instrumentals. I can listen to just pure sound, and it will affect me in a way that I don't even need words. So even some music I tend to cut out now until I feel like I'm in a spot where I can handle it. But yeah. And only other thing I was watching for during the dinner TV time is Tiny House Nation.
Tiny House Nation.
Midgets.
Is that where people take like?
I don't know.
That people take like this much space and live in it.
Less. But the thing
for them,
yeah. But they choose that life. Also, they say so. Like they have like a trailer or like a fucking
sea container,
and it's cool to see what people do because it's not the same thing every time. These shows, every episode is very custom. Like this one house looks like a fucking boat, and this one house looks like a barn.
That live in boats.
Boats and hoes.
Boat. What do they call it when you
houseboats?
Houseboats.
Yeah, it's like a house. It's like a house trailer, but a houseboat.
But I like building stuff and watching people build stuff and like seeing how people customize space to like maximize. Like your stairs also turn it into a bookshelf,
right.
Or your couch also turns into a full table.
I was gonna say you could turn it into a bed. You can get that IKEA.
I got one of those in my living room right now.
They have one that was like it looked like a picnic bench, but it transforms into like a recliner, and then the side of the house is used as the side of the house to watch TV on outside. It's like interesting engineering shit I like, but also the fact that when I look at these tiny houses and like it's a niche and the people are downsizing, I'm like, bro, I grew up in a space less than that, and it's normal. People are living in spaces less than that right now, not for funsies, but just what you gotta do.
I had that conversation on here where I was like, it's always the people that are minimalists that have the opportunity to have the most.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
It is. It's true.
Christopher.
Oh boy.
Unless you're Christopher.
So, I had a life-changing event this week.
Did you really?
We got a bidet.
Hell yeah!
Congratulations!
Hell yeah!
Welcome to the club.
You gonna start getting your ass ate now?
I mean,
you haven't yet.
Start.
7, 8, 9. So no, it's one of those things you like attach to your toilet.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
standing
for standing standards, guys.
You can't stand up.
That's
and
not.
have that shit
Hang on,
on
that's
you, bro.
not going to change. But let's say invest in the bidet. I don't think they're horribly expensive. I have no idea how much it costs.
Got this one off Amazon.
That's probably where ours came from. I'll be honest with you. I think we've had it for 2 years, and we finally installed it.
Nice.
And I was hesitant.
I'm very happy for you.
I told my wife. I said, but my anal virginity. And she said, "Don't worry, you've had a colonoscopy." I'm like,
"Oh, that's
cool.
true.
Fair enough. Yeah, there you go.
This is child's play."
I was supposed to tip that guy.
Next time you're gonna step up, upgrade to like the full-on Japanese ones with like the 50 buttons and the moving, the spray and the
heated
everything.
Yeah. Oh man,
warms the water for you.
Yeah. Love it. I look forward to it. I'm going back.
Or just get a bag.
Yeah.
That helps.
So all things considered, while I appreciate the suggestion, that's probably like option number 5. If we're being honest, right? 5. Is 5 probably a good place to put that in the options of messy bowel movements?
Don't knock it till you try.
When I get my BBL, I'll go ahead and get that too.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm just letting you know.
I'm not going to do that.
I've been getting down for the last, 40 minutes.
Be like, I don't want to mess this one up.
If I ever see you over there grunting, man.
Nope.
So
no
I was trying to spell bidet.
Kanye has a lyric on that new record. He says, "Her old stomach's her new ass." Anyway, yeah.
I was going to type right. I could not remember how to spell that.
B-I-D-E-T?
I'm like, oh, it's Biden, but with a T. Okay. So, Bobby, you professed your love for a variety of fast food restaurants recently.
Yeah.
And one of them was Dairy Queen.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff.
By happenstance, I ended up in the part of the world where there was a Dairy Queen, and it was mealtime. So my wife and I were going to go to Dairy Queen. And do you know what they had to eat there?
What?
Corn chili dogs and a fucking ice cream.
That was it.
They don't have the one over there in Monocacy?
Really?
Don't have a full menu.
Really?
What the fuck? I didn't know that. Never been
That
in.
sucks.
I was like, I gotta
You're
check
missing
this.
out.
I gotta check this burger out. Bobby's like, the burger there. So
Yeah, it was pretty solid.
In
burger.
Arundel, we got full menu, son.
Yeah. Is it still in the mall?
No, so
No. One.
That one's just ice cream. That's like an Orange Julius.
the one in the Electric Mall is gone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was there this past week.
You getting rocks?
Orange
set aside an hour though. Okay.
All right, hold on.
So hold on,
That's too much.
Okay,
I'm going to separate you two.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
You're gonna do what? You're gonna do what? Hey, word of the day is segregation. Elmo, can you say segregation?
I'm from Alabama.
I know you can say it.
Where they just outlawed in test tube babies.
IVF.
Whatever. Yeah, they outlawed
Really?
in Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outlawed it?
Like you can't, like they say it's a human life.
Wait.
So like, and here's the deal. Like,
what?
Yeah. So
this is the kind of shit I can't listen to because of the darkness of humanity.
Let's just see all the human life I put in a sock around.
I've killed billions.
It's a fucking genocide.
Hold on. Nobody cares about you blowing your load. We're talking about lady parts here because that's the important thing, right? Because that's whose bodies we have to control. So
they're out of control.
Let's say that in this process,
so out there in the streets,
let's say they harvest 10 eggs from a woman, and 5 of them are viable.
Solid harvest.
They can't get rid of those other 5. It's considered murder.
But you can't.
Who's making the?
But you can't claim on your taxes. That's a fact.
There you go. Exactly.
That question was.
Hey, Kay Ivey, what kind of deep freeze you got at your house?
Yeah,
she's the governor of.
That's wild. Wow,
it's wild. Anyways, yeah,
I hate people. I fucking hate people.
I hate some of them. It. I love some of them.
So let's see, Derek.
And then I'm entertained by a super large swab.
Here's one for you. All right. So I cuss in front of my kids.
Me too.
Makes you a bad parent, I heard.
I don't know. Do you cuss in front of your kids?
It depends. My wife does it more than I do.
I'm not talking about dog cussing your kids, but just saying, like, in a conversation, I don't not say fuck because I'm talking to somebody and my kids are in it.
Yeah, I think they overhear it. They know the difference between,
right.
Time and place.
They go to school. They know what's
know
up.
the words, so it's not one of them.
I cuss around my kids. I make a conscious effort not to cuss at my kids.
I'm the same way. Yeah. I'm the same way. I'm not going to say
That's
I don't
the best
slip
way
up.
to put it, yeah.
I don't slip up.
You don't ever like, get the fuck out of here.
All right. Let me ask you this. You're in public with your children or a child of yours. How much somebody else's mouth are you going to put up with before you have to say something? If they're talking just foul.
So it depends. So I've actually, that's a good question.
I have this. This happened to me this week.
I've debated this a lot. I've debated this a lot because
I said something.
There's an element to me that often feels hypocritical because I'm like, fuck, man. Like I let them listen to the music.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
And now there's these people here talking how they talk.
Let me give you my scenario. Yeah. So, I'm trying to. Charlie and I. Charlie's my youngest. He's 10. Where did we go? He wanted to. Oh, I was going to go wash my car, because I have yet to wash it.
I don't think I've ever washed my car.
The salt and whatnot. So I went to Frederick. They got a tunnel, whatever, and I washed my car. And he's like, "Well, I want to go to Barnes and Noble." I'm like, "Cool, we'll just go piddle around, do some stuff."
Barnes and Noble, man.
Yeah, he had a gift card. He had a gift card, right? And then we just walked around the mall. We went to the Rock store.
Nice.
And the Rock store now has
Walk Warehouse.
They have like a museum in the back.
Yeah, they have with fossils and shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They have classes there.
I saw that.
I love that place.
But they have
they got to be running fucking meth out of
there. They're back in the rocks.
That's the rocks, bro.
They have all kinds of rocks.
But if you're in the Frederick area and you just happen to be, they got some really cool stuff at that mall. They got dinosaur, and I don't think any of it's actual dinosaur skeleton. I'm sure it's cast and
it's
stuff.
money laundry.
But they've got some like minerals that are harvested around here. I hadn't harvested mined, I guess. And then
copper from under the van.
Yeah, they have the copper mines, which is different in Alabama than it is here. Anyway, so after that, we do a couple other errands and we went to McDonald's. And I noticed on the way to Frederick that that new McDonald's over there is open and by the roundabout right down the street here. You guys know what I'm talking about? By the 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, let's just stop there. It's brand new. Check it out. So first off, McDonald's has changed what their stores are. This is a pickup and a drive-through restaurant that has like 4 tables.
Nice. Wow.
Legit. You walk in, they got the big TV touchscreens, you order your food.
Get the fuck out.
Take the little card, they'll bring it to you. So me and Charlie are standing there ordering. I let him do his little ordering, put in the number and all that. And there's 3 guys behind me, and I say guys, they were probably in their early 20s. There's somewhere between out of high school and 25 years old enough to know better, right? And they're talking pretty foul, just cussing. And one of them actually says, "Hey man, relax. There's a kid right there."
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I'm like, cool. This took care of itself.
Yeah.
And then one of them says something about digging out a bitch or just something foul, and I turn around, "Hey guys, hey, I get it, but come on, man." I pointed toward my kid, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, sorry." I'm like,
"Yeah, see,
I get it, guys, but come on, let's tuck it in just a little bit."
Though.
Yeah,
I go through in my head about it because I've had a couple of situations, none where I've never had to. I've never stepped in, I've never intervened, but I've had some where I've gotten close.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that fucks with me that always keeps me from doing it is there's a part of my brain I think that's working now that wasn't always working, but it says, are you doing this because you're upset they're talking like this around your kids? Or are you doing this to make sure that you can get these motherfuckers to respect you in an instant?
Little from column A, little from column B. Man.
Are you looking for an opportunity to up it on these motherfuckers? You know, and that's what I struggle with because I when I sit there and I ask myself, do I care that they're talking this way around my kids? I usually end up somewhere adjacent to no. Not a hard no. But somewhere in that ballpark.
It's a pass.
So then in my head, I'm like, oh, you just want to see if I can, hey, enough. And if it goes away, and if it doesn't go away, well, then we get to go to phase 2, right? And because I think that part of my brain is firing now, and once again, I don't think it's ever gotten so bad either. You know what I mean? It's just been like close enough where I'm starting like, should do a shot.
If this had been a situation where we were passing, but we were going to be in the same space with these guys, and I know it was just going to get worse.
Right.
And I mean, like it was literally like they were sitting here, and we were like, "Where your detolfs are?" I mean, we were right next.
Right.
If I walked by and I had heard that was the only reason.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Plays a huge part into like what they're talking about. Like,
it's not about the words; it's about like the context.
Aaron's fuck or shit is fine, but if you're talking about, like you said, acts with women and stuff,
just some foul, and just the way he said it was just like. Bro, what kind of rap music are you listening to?
White ass pussy, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
White wings and pizza, worship and prayer.
Worship and prayer. I like
we're on to that as well. Like on a public, like my brain at an older age now, I can de-escalate a lot quicker, but I immediately just go to phase 2.
Yeah.
Where it's like I don't want to say relax. I just want to turn around and start smacking them.
I can
but then it's
co-sign.
like I gotta stop because lots of things could go wrong. Also, my kid is here. That's just not. So it's like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and move on.
I had Shane and Marcus here earlier in the year, Stal and Trees, for those that keep up with it. And you came up and Stal was like, "Dude, smack me one time, just right across the face." And then and Trees was like, "I think you got me too once." Wow.
So I just thought that was interesting.
I'm a changed person.
Interesting conversation to have. Plus, McDonald's is weird now. So
yeah,
on the inside at least. I watched some stuff. I watched a movie, Bobby. I think you said you watched it, and Joe. I don't know if you said The Creator. It was on Hulu. It has Denzel's kid in it, which I didn't realize that's who that dude was until
that's the cyborg.
Yeah. Did you watch it as well?
No, I just watched a review of it.
Oh,
because I didn't know if I was going to go all in, but I know who John David Washington is. That's why I was.
Oh, cool. Hold on. I think I got his name. I think I got you here. Because they both were named Washington, I'm supposed to know they're related?
Hey, man.
I'm not up on the gossip blogs.
No. Hey, I pay attention to great actors, great black actors in their
specifically.
Their just
in their lineage.
In their lineage. But he was in, I found that out because he was in Ballers, I think, with The Rock.
Yeah.
And so that's how I found out who he was. And
okay. I've seen, he's done other
He's
stuff,
Tenet.
Right? Tenet? Yo, I'll be honest with you, I did not realize that was Denzel's son until we might have been talking on here about the actor that was in that. Somebody says it's Denzel's.
I think
he's a great actor.
A lot more like Denzel.
He's got a delivery that's like
it's so much more smoked.
It's so much more subtle than obviously his dad, but it's his acting to me it's just so subtle. It makes it so realistic.
Yeah, I like that dude.
He's better than his dad for sure.
Yeah, his dad's played the same character.
Yeah, he's really good at that one character.
I got some cattle,
especially when that character's meant to be that way. Like the Training Day character is like the, you know what I mean? Like that's like the bullseye.
I gotta watch Flight again. I like that movie. Sorry.
Yeah,
I've seen it once or twice.
I watched that.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was fine. I mean, I like the concept. I like the visuals. I thought they were good.
Did you like the concept better than the movie?
Probably. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. I think it's worth a watch. If you like, I really like sci-fi stuff. I know you're not crazy about it, Bobby, but it's definitely have a heavy sci-fi element, but at the same time, it's about people fucking each other over, just like every other movie in the world is, right? Speaking of fucking people over, Hulu fucked me on this one. A movie called Cat Person. There's barely a fucking cat in the damn movie. It's basically about this guy. It's a guy who picks this girl up that works in a movie theater, and basically he's just psycho. It was
nothing but cats so far.
He said he had cats, and she went to his house and didn't see any cats. So they were like, people just say that because it makes you seem trustworthy.
There's a that's weird.
That's weird.
I feel like that's not usually the case. Yeah,
you think so? Maybe.
Yeah,
I got cats.
I
got cats too.
Married with kids too.
The crazy
if I
cat
was a
lady.
single guy with cats.
That's weird.
All right, Plant Man.
Hey,
Plant Man.
Plant Man.
That's if you. That's
Plant Human.
That's if you were in the DC universe. You'd be Plant Man. But there is like there's a Dimitri Martin joke
like
that's
Poison Ebony.
kind of similar around that where he said he's like, I think it was Dimitri Martin. He's like my father took me to this woman's house when I was a kid and said she's a real cat person. I was super disappointed when I found out she was just really into cats.
Yeah, that was Dimitri Martin. Yeah,
I remember that skit. That's funny. So
it's like ice cream truck man, but this is a cat person.
This is a hard not recommended. There was no romping or fun in this movie. It was like I told me and Kelly watched it, and I said let's give it an hour and see where we're at. She's like,
that's a long time.
So we watched an hour of it, and it was a 2-hour movie. She's like,
right, it's half the movie already.
I know. I'm like, she's like, at this point, let's just push. There's only an hour, so it's not good.
Wow.
So, and the amount there are 2 cats in it because turns out, spoiler, he did have cats and they were in the basement the whole time, but.
It's like the bodies.
Exactly. So watched a couple more episodes of Better Call Saul. That show is so good. Like the tension they build in that, and it's literally ordinary people in these fucked up, mundane situations, but somehow they build all this fucking tension into it. It's incredible.
You know how you can tell my hearing is trash?
Are you red?
Yeah.
Dude, so I think my hearing's bad.
If there's a clock, everyone's at 45 minutes. His is in an hour.
Yeah, he's at 12 and we're all at 9. Yeah. Holy shit, dude. That is awful.
Literally, everyone else is on board.
Yeah. Yep. And when it's a music day, you go even further.
Last thing I watched is Abbott Elementary's come back on.
I think you had mentioned that.
Derek was talking about it when he was here last week. But so there's 3 episodes. That's such a good show.
It is.
It's so well written and the characters are
so
good.
Proud of Quinta Brunson. Man.
I know. I used to watch her on BuzzFeed.
Yeah, same here.
Wow, look at that with the Try Guys and those. Yeah,
Quinta Brunson.
Wow. I'm like, I remember her, and now she's doing like L'Oreal commercials. Look,
Everybody Hates Chris is doing well on there too.
Bro, he is such a good actor. I enjoy.
But,
oh yeah, what's his name?
Tyler James. I can't get his last name.
Okay. I got you.
I feel like I got his first 2 names though. So that's but
I love the janitor on there.
Great show.
She's just so random.
I like the principal. Is it?
Oh yeah, she's wild.
I like her. Something about she's thick too.
She is.
Who was the thickest teacher you had as a kid? Can you say her name?
Miss Woods.
Mine was Miss Cassell.
Miss Johnson.
Did you remember Miss Cassell?
I know of.
Dude.
I don't know if none comes to mind.
Yeah, I still every time I saw it says preposition, I think of her.
Past participle.
I had no attractive teachers growing up, unfortunately.
I had a couple.
Very few.
One of them had the supposedly had hooked up with a student, but nobody could ever prove it.
I don't know if it's just they've gotten hotter or my standards have gotten lower.
They've gotten hotter because they've gotten
I think so
younger too. Because teachers used to be like old and like middle age at least. Now they're like freaking 23, 24, 25. And
I feel like their names don't even sound like I had Miss Mazeritz. Like you already knew what time. You know what I mean? Like, you already knew what time it was with that bitch.
This isn't the name of one of my kids' teachers. I don't know exactly what it is, but it made me remember a teacher I had whose name was Kilgore. I'm just like, damn, that's a hard name.
You know, now these kids going to school like Miss Honeybone. I'm like,
Honeybone. Still playing Street Fighter. That's one of the reasons we haven't been. No, I'm playing Street Fighter 2.
Oh, no kidding.
Me and Mason, my oldest, we have a CRT TV. Shout out to Brian Brink. That it was literally
Critical Race Theory.
Huh?
Yeah, that was like
CRT TV.
Yeah, the tube.
The TV.
Man, I missed it. So well done.
It just the TV. It's like it's turned up too bright. It's not. Yeah. It's not dark enough.
Yeah,
is that the problem?
Would you say it's like 1619K?
1619K.
3/5 of a real TV.
My God. So I think it's a
Bet you got it on sale too.
I think. Nah, motherfucker, I didn't pay for it.
They said it works really well.
Yeah,
So.
I bet it. Until it doesn't. If it stops, just
I'm from Alabama.
Where's my button?
Alabama man. He's quick, he's strong, he's active.
It's fair. So Brian Brink little Brian Brink lore. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Brian, putting your business out there. Brian worked at Circuit City.
Oh, dude, I'll give him one.
And hey, you guys may not remember, but welcome to Circuit City, where service is state of the art.
I think plug. I remember the plug.
Yes.
So Brian, at some point in time, and I might have had this mixed up because he might have bought it off a website or something.
We'll create our own narrative. Go with it.
Sure. He had basically a brand new, like the last CRT. You remember they were it was like a flat screen, but the TV is still like fucking 2 feet back thick. Yeah. So we play Super Nintendo and an actual Super Nintendo in there. And so we have gotten 2 versions so far of the cartridge. We had the original version, which is like literally you have the 8 characters. You can't play, like 2 people can't be Chun-Li or anything. So now we have the one where you got 16. Is it 16 or 17? So it's the 8 original, the 4 bosses, and then they added the characters.
Challengers.
And it's got turbo and all that. So, and we play 20 matches when we play. It doesn't take long. It means like 90 seconds maybe to play a match. So we've been just grinding out. And like strangest things, like I've been playing with E Honda a lot, and he's been learning how to play with DJ, which is wild.
I love DJ. He's like, I know. You imagine that. Him and Balrog. Yeah.
I think Balrog's got the
and
best background
too. Sometimes
that's Ken's.
Depending on the pixels,
we call him. Well, and you hold down the button. I'm like,
exactly.
What color is?
Give me the second color.
Guile, where you been, man? Where you been? The last thing I want to talk about is the insanity of buying sneakers in 2024. Okay. There was a pair of Jordans that came out this weekend.
The Trump ones?
Them motherfuckers were $400 and sold
this
right
motherfucker.
the fuck out. But are you? My question is like, because I get wanting to support somebody. $400 seems like a big ass to me.
Wow.
Like I got to really.
Did you see the flip?
I didn't get the pods.
Did
the
you
Yeezy
see,
pods.
Did you see the flip?
I did not.
They're selling on eBay for $2,000. The pre-orders are. But I digress. No, dude, I didn't get the goddamn
J6.
I just wonder if you're actually going to see anybody with them. Was the end of my thought.
I don't think you ever.
Just because they're so ugly. I think having a presidential candidate have their own sneaker is fucking cool.
I want to know who's making them for him. I really do. There's another shoe on there that kind of looks like it's got like a knit upper, like almost like an Ultra Boost or something, but it definitely doesn't have any technology in it. But I digress. Yeah. A gentleman you might know whose name is Michael Jeffrey Jordan, whose birthday is February 17th. They normally release a sneaker every year on his birthday.
Nice.
And it was the reimagined Jordan 4 in the black and
yep,
that's we need. They did tumble leather instead of nubuck. They're fantastic. I got them in. Yeah,
it's black, gray, and red.
The classic colorway. They just swapped it out for leather. So I wanted these shoes, and I wear a 14,
right,
which means the quantity available is very, very, very limited compared to other sizes. I spent probably about 2 or 3 hours over the past. It's those right there.
Okay, thank you.
Except those are maybe the kid sizes based on the price. But you get the idea. You get the idea. You might be able to. So I spent probably 2 or 3 hours over the course of 2 weeks signing up for raffles, setting up accounts, doing all these hoops to jump through so I could possibly get a chance to give someone money for something else. You toy fucks think you have it hard missing a Mezco pre-order or something? This is crazy. So I do all of these things, and they never tell you if you lose. If you win, they basically just charge you automatically, right? A lot of these places. So the main place to get them is really through Nike's app, the SNKRS app. If anybody's ever tried to hit on a pair of shoes on the SNKRS app, it is hit or miss at best.
Beast.
Yeah, and there's a lot of games to play. Like, if you're interactive with a social feature of their calendar, supposedly you have a better chance of hitting on shoes. Like if you flip through their little reels and shit they do like on that app. That's what people say. So I did all that. I spent a lot of time just looking at fucking skateboard shoes and shit, whatever they're selling, just to flip through to show activity. And I fucking hit. And I was so excited. I had 2 laptops, 2 phones set up going. And I hit. And my wife, thank you. My wife was like, what happened? I'm like, I got the shoes. And she's like, what do you mean you got? And I had to kind of break it down. Like, this is how this works. I mean, people, it's crazy. So I got the shoes and they're beautiful, but just the process of going through that, man, it's like exhausting. Or I could have just spent an extra $70 and ordered them secondhand.
Yeah. Fine, but I'm happy for you, honestly, because I know how that.
There's a pair of 4s coming out this year that I think I'm going to be.
Which ones?
Biting on it. They're Paris something. They're like gray. They're like shit.
The what? Paris?
Paris. I think it's Paris something.
Okay.
They're like tones of gray.
The next one's it's another pair of 4s. The military 4s come out in April. I think is the next pair that I'm interested in. But no travel for work this month. I had
nice.
There was a trip that it was so important that if they said I needed to go, I was going to have to drop everything and go. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. So I basically just had the whole month home. I am traveling a lot next month though.
A question about your shoes. I'm sorry.
What's up?
Do you wear? Are you a shoe collector?
I was gonna wear those. I had them on to wear today, but when it was raining, so I changed.
But you do wear them. You don't just let them sit in a box. Okay.
Right. I do. I'm not gonna say I wear them like as the moment I get them, I put them on my feet. But yeah, I'm not a sneaker collector. I'd say I was at one point in time, but
I've seen where they degrade after a while if you don't wear them. That's why.
So we have
just fall apart.
Our friend Tyler
Tyler the collector.
Yeah, so he had Tyler. I'm sorry, I'm going to get it wrong. I'm going to say he had at least 1,500 sneakers at one point in time. I may be he'll probably let me know. It might have been 3,000, but I think he started selling some of them off because I see these pictures of like these Jordans from 10 years ago. Like you just put your thumb. It's like, is it cake? Nope, it's a Jordan midsole. You just crumble. So you gotta watch out, and like a lot of it is the environment. Like same thing with make sure shit's same thing with collecting high end collectibles. You gotta make sure the temperature's right. You don't want them in sunlight all day or anything.
Things just degrade over time.
Nothing's made. It's not made to last.
If you don't drive a car for a year, it won't fucking start. But if you drove it for a year, it'll keep driving. It's one of those weird things where you have to use it. If you don't use it,
science.
Anything else?
That's it. That's it for now. What you got, Bobby?
I have one really bad news. But it's bad news for me. But I'll get there in a minute.
Did you not hit on some sneakers?
No. I was at the grocery store the other day, and I heard an old woman talking to another old woman, and she said the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Well, not maybe ever heard, but had heard in a while. So I just decided to take note of it so that I could share it with you, and then you all could hear this dumbass shit this old bitch is saying in a fucking parking lot. It would be neat to have something magnetic. She has the shopping cart in her. She's returning the shopping cart to the shopping cart station, which I do respect. Mm-hmm. She said it would be neat to have something magnetic to pull the carts away from the cars and into the cart storage area at any shopping place.
Wait, what?
And she said that to a stranger.
Well, just randomly?
Mm-hmm. So,
people just like to share their thoughts.
Like, wouldn't that be a neat feature?
Would be. Also, if a child got between the shopping cart and the corral.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden your potato chips are $38.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, you can't take out your cans of Coke from your
That's kind of a weird thing to want.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of internet comments.
Yeah.
Maybe I think it used to be normal. If you just go out into the world and walk around the mall, you would hear this kind of shit all the time. But now it's just like usually
sounds
just
like it would have been
section.
in the local Facebook page.
So while we're on the topic of things with tires, Dante, I'm glad that you are here this week. Because maybe you can get to the bottom of this, but someone has been stealing tires in the neighborhood.
I'm a changed person. It is not me.
Oh,
hold on. Oh, wait, how do you still the whole wheel or just the
whole wheel?
Yeah, you gotta take the whole wheel.
But I'm guessing to get the tire.
Hold on, in this neighborhood, they're leaving them on blocks.
No, just one tire. So it's been.
That just sounds like
that sounds like Dante.
Somebody's fucking around.
So far,
did you check with Will?
So far, it's been 12 vehicles in a week.
Here we go. No, I'm ready.
So
I'm ready.
They've been working tirelessly.
He had me. I
had questions.
Okay, I told you guys I'd fallen down that kids rabbit hole last week. Didn't I mention
What?
that? So to speak. So to speak. All right.
Hey, I know that's on that list.
Like the movie Kids?
Yes.
Shit.
Well, hold on. You didn't talk about this last week. 'Cause
Okay,
we
so
were
We'll
I
talk about it when we were at dinner.
Gotcha.
At the pizza.
So
your mama's titty looking right, yo.
Exactly.
My bitch
I was just looking at it like I want fucking an ass be. But like so anyway,
hey little girl, you like peaches?
So I stumbled across this Instagram page of one of the kids from that group who has nothing on their page but black and white photos from when they were kids of that era. And I was like, at first I was like, fuck, this really reminds me of kids. And then like as I was looking through it, I was like, fuck, these are the kids. You know? And then I was like, what in the hell? So I was like looking into it. I found out who she was, found her on a YouTube, blah, blah, I'm doing this whole, got the yarn stretched across the map. And I eventually find that there was this documentary called They Were Once Kids, which is based on the kids from that movie. Mm-hmm. And for the listeners, the movie's called Kids. 90s movie, kind of a slice of life. And like none of those kids were really actors. Like they just kind of turned them into actors. Some of them ended up becoming stars, Rosario Dawson, et cetera, et cetera. But like for the most part.
Is it an Ahsoka prequel?
Yeah, I guess so. In her story of life. But anyway, so I've got this, I'm scouring the internet to try to find where I can buy this. It's the kids upstairs moving furniture.
Should be okay. It's fine.
Trying to find where I can buy this thing or stream it or do anything, and it's next to impossible. Right? There's a lot of places that it suggests, like it's on Amazon, it's on Apple TV.
What's it called? Something.
They Were Once Kids.
They Were Once Kids.
And anyway, I couldn't find it anywhere because it had been taken off of most of the streaming things. But I did find it on Amazon for purchase. But you had to buy it in a Blu-ray that came packaged with the movie Kids on Blu-ray. So I was like, cool, I don't have it on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD. I'm willing to upgrade in order to get this fucking documentary. So long story short, it came in, watched it. Fucking great documentary. It was done by, if you remember the movie, the guy that teaches them how to roll that blunt in Washington Park, where he's like, it's like all done like split it, dump it, fill it, roll it, light it, smoke it. Like he's the dude I think that did the documentary. But it's just like, and a lot of those kids, I say they were adults, but they became adults, but they just a handful of them had tragic ends.
It was not surprising.
Like the guy who says, "Hey, little girl, you like peaches," he was in the Friday sequel and he killed himself.
Correct. There's another one that had a drug overdose. So anyway, and you get to
and then there's Chloe Sevigny.
Yep.
And have you seen her lately?
No.
I mean, she was a real actor for her.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So three of them ended up kind of becoming actors afterwards. Rosario Dawson, her, and Casper, Justin Pierce.
Yeah.
But Rosario Dawson, the kid who played Telly, the main character,
was that kid that
was
like this
in an ass be that kid, and then and then Chloe. They weren't part of that crew of kids. That crew of kids was like a real crew of kids. And they found those kids separately, like in random spots. Like Rosario Dawson was like kind of famously singing from her balcony. And they were just like, hey, want to be in a movie? She said, yep. And like that's how she got in that movie. But anyway, I do recommend it. If you loved the movie Kids from the 90s, I definitely recommend it. If you've never seen the movie Kids,
I don't know if love is the right word. I have memories of it.
I don't know. It's something.
You guys seen that movie?
I've enough of
years. I mean, I haven't seen it in.
I don't know if it's called a nostalgic word, but it just felt like my fucking child, like my not childhood. It's not childhood. My teenage years. It felt like I lived through that.
Yeah. Like they
it's
got
so
it
genuine.
right.
I mean, it's nothing I'm gonna put on. Just let's watch Kids.
No, it's not. It's like Schindler's List, kind of. Yeah. Just kind of put it on.
And I think I bring this up every time.
There's a direct reason to be watching this. Like, let's check it out. Where it's like, put it on for background.
It's a very honest
vacuum to fucking Schindler's List, bro.
There's another movie
once in a while
around that genre called. I think it's called Gummo. It came out in '97.
That sounds familiar.
So Gummo was written by Harmony. Harmony wrote Kids.
Oh,
Yep. So it's a story, and I'll tell you, it's a story of a trailer park that's been ravaged by a tornado, and you follow two boys who are rounding up cats to sell to the Chinese restaurant to get money to give to the guy who pimps out his retarded sister.
Have you ever seen
Roll Tide on that?
Have you ever seen the movie Belly?
Yeah.
So in the movie Belly, after they rob the club in the beginning of the scene, they go back to what I think is DMX's house, and they're like playing pool, and a movie is on in where it's like, this fucking rabbit stinks. Fucking rabbit smells like horse shit.
Yep.
That's from the movie Gummo.
Yep.
Like that's what's playing, and Nas is like, what the fuck you be watching here, man? and DMX just like kind of famously says, shit's bugged out, right?
He ain't wrong.
Anyway, so I do recommend the documentary, and if you haven't seen the movie Kids, I definitely recommend seeing that, especially if you grew up in the 90s.
Yeah, that's like really a slice of life.
Yeah,
like, don't watch it with your children.
Really,
no,
it's
really
very raw.
No. There's also one of those things like the kids today, well, not necessarily kids today, but like I guess 20-somethings, who talk shit like, whatever about kids that grew up in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, go watch
this. This is what it's like growing up in the 90s.
It's very true. It's
so
it's
fucking
very
authentic.
honest look at it.
And that was to me. I mean, I don't know if I mentioned it on here before, but I'm from Alabama, and so that was completely like the super slice of life for me. Like, oh wow, that's what it's like living in New York City or whatever,
Yeah. So and
then Gummo's like, oh, I know that guy.
Right. Because it was all like obviously it's turned up because it's in New York City. But like it was not uncommon to be with a buddy, be at a girl's house, leave there, go somewhere, get a drink, leave there, go over to another guy's house,
break into a swimming pool,
break somewhere,
get high, leave there, go get something to eat. Somebody steals an adventure. Brutus steals a can of SpaghettiOs and we split it. Like, it's like that
life,
shit
man.
was fucking real.
It was like watching that movie felt like I remember watching, feeling like.
They're like us.
A documentary? Like, what the fuck am I watching?
So people used to argue whether it was a movie or a documentary.
Yeah.
Another movie I watched this week I had seen before, but we did a Bobby Boogie Bob episode on Queen. It was great. We had a great time. And then afterwards, Laura was like, well, you want to watch the movie, The Bohemian Rhapsody? Mm-hmm. So we watched Bohemian Rhapsody with the kids.
Had you seen it before?
Yeah. And it's good, but it was also like Jana like sits in on the music episodes now, which I super enjoy. But it was great for I think for me anyway me go through their history as I know it, and then go upstairs and watch a movie, and then they'll be like, oh, like that's that part you were talking about, or that's not what you said. I'm like, yeah, well they're simplifying. They skipped over 2 albums to get there, and
that's people complain a lot about, well, that's not really, but that's not a good. They have to take these things and they have to create a narrative that people are going to.
It's not a documentary.
Yeah, it's not a documentary, and it's not a trilogy.
Yeah. Go on YouTube and watch a documentary.
You got 2.5 hours.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Tell the best story you can. I think it's good. So I'm watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's fucking great. And then I've been watching a lot of, like, just because I've been drawing a lot recently, just have something kind of on the background, something to vacuum to in a way. I've been watching a lot of interviews with like flipped gangsters. And I'll tell you what I find fascinating about it. Obviously some of the stories are fucking great, but it's how every single one of them has one moment where they decide to become an informant, right? And when they talk about it, every single one of them justifies why they became an informant and why they're not a rat.
I mean,
do you know what I mean? Yeah, like none of them. Yeah. Well, so one about, well, this one guy, for instance, he was like, well, my father put a hit out on me. So like I was like, fuck, like, for no, like, you're not supposed to do it, all these rules. There was another one was like somebody had, like, I think their wife fucked by another guy, and like that's against the rules. But it's like, okay, so why is that rule more important than this rule? It's either all the rules matter or none of them matter. So you know what I mean? But they all have these like
the Bible,
right? They all had these like mental gymnastics that they go, and not that I disagree and I can't understand or see where they're coming from. I just find it fascinating to watch them go through it as in order for them to be able to sleep at night.
I think that's the way just human mind works with anything.
Yeah,
like a lot of people do a lot of awful things and they
find a way to justify it.
Yeah, nobody thinks they're the bad guy.
Yeah,
and I'm sure there's people that do, but most people can can in their mind justify whatever they.
Yeah, because like I had a conversation with my friend the other day. I was just saying like I can't imagine there being a billionaire of any fucking billionaire to be a good human being. I just can't. Like you have to go through some mental gymnastics to go to bed at night. If not understanding that you are a bad guy for having $1 billion or more.
There was a guy on there that like he flipped, and then he does not live in protective custody. Still lives in the neighborhood that he grew up in, but he did it to save 3 guys and his crew that were going to get killed. Like it wasn't even him. It was like if it was either he intervened and had them saved, or these guys, because he was a Massachusetts guy, and these New York guys were going to kill him. So like he was like, yeah, I sent like 5 people to jail for whatever, and he was like, but I saved my guys, and like I'm super good in my neighborhood. Like I don't have any issues. I still live in the same house. Like you know, like whatever. Like my neighborhood celebrates me. Like the like it's just interesting.
Yeah. 3 weeks after the video was posted.
right.
Exactly. Sal was gunned down in his front yard in front of his children.
So I have ups and downs with customer service that I'd like to document here. Last year,
furniture? Is this furniture?
That's where we're starting.
Oh wow! Okay.
Last year, at the end of the year, I decided to get new office furniture. Partly because I'm about due, and partly because I wanted a tax write-off, and I did it. And it was expensive.
Nice furniture,
but it was from Pottery Barn. That's not a flex, but I'll get it.
And that's the middle of the mall shit.
But it was intended to like, look, I'm going to spend a fucking fuck ton on furniture, but it's going to last. This is it. You know, this is probably going to be it. Like by the time that this begins to fail, I won't need an office anymore. So. Spent $10,000 on some fucking office furniture, right?
I wish,
bro. I got a folding table, bro.
That I was
man.
and
I've even got a cover for it. You can't even tell.
Is my friend.
Well, I should say this. I should say this. Visa spent $10,000, and I am paying Visa back.
Speaking of mental gymnastics,
yeah. Well, the gymnastics is me saying I bought it.
What's the compound interest?
Anyway,
congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. So they said. It was going to take some time, right? Like it's like it's made to order, basically. Like you know, like you place your order, then they have it.
Oh, so 4 to 6 weeks, like Crashbox?
Yeah, so 4 to 6 weeks. It's usually 3 to 4 months, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna
handcraft it.
So I did it in December, and they said, "Look, we actually have a fair amount of it that's going to be ready by the the beginning of February. If you want, you can split it up in 2 deliveries for no extra charge." And I was like, "Cool, definitely." So then February 7th, I got a notification that it was all in warehouse. Called, and they were like, "Yep, call the delivery people because it's contracted. Call the delivery people. Tell them that you want it. Tell them you're approved for the 2 separate things." Call. They're like, "Sorry, it says you're not approved." Call back to Pottery Barn. They're like, "All right, well, we're gonna escalate this now. You'll hear something in 24 to 48 hours." Great. This sounds like customer service you would get if you just dropped $10,000 fucking dollars somewhere. 24 to 48 hours goes by, I hear nothing. Get on the phone with them again. We do the exact same thing again. Every part of it again. Wait another 48 hours. We do the exact same thing. Every part of it with a little bit more attitude on our part again. We do it again.
Oh shit.
They put us through the same steps, but this time we said we want to speak to somebody in leadership. Like we're fucking pissed. Anyway, this morning I get a notification that it is shipping. So cool, right? Would have been better if it shipped when it was fucking in there February 7th because I had time off work and I could have got the officer, but whatever. Cool. Then I go to work on a video. I have a sit down Saturday that needs doing, Joe. People are paying to see it now, Joe. So I got to make sure it's done.
That's true.
I work for them, and I get my little bit of like audio together, and I say I'll start here. Computer, I turn it on, and it says it has just the Ghostbusters line on it, like the circle with the line.
This computer or your one upstairs?
The one upstairs.
Oh,
with a link that says support.apple.com.
Damn.
And I say, okay. So I can't click that because I can't get past the screen, right? So I call Apple support and I speak to a very lovely lady. And my shit's past warranty and all that. Like, it's past the customer, like, it's, but very nice, very pleasant, very helpful.
Oh, she pulled your account up and saw what's going on. Right
maybe. She runs me through all of these steps and she, painstakingly, and she's finally like, okay, look, it's past what I can do. You need to take it into a store. Okay. Do you have one nearby? And I was like, well, nearby is a weird word. I have one about 45 minutes away. Okay. Can you go today? Can't go today. Can you go tomorrow, which is today? And I said, yes. 11:15. Perfect. I go. So I go down there at 11:15 with a fucking computer in hand, walking into the store. I'm early, but they take me early. And this guy runs it, and he's like, he hooks us up to this machine. It's like the diagnostics.
Yeah.
But like from Dianetics.
The volcano?
And he's like, did you get through us? And I was like, fuck.
Oh.
And I said, I didn't. And he said, did you get it through like a third party person that did custom work to it?
Oh, shit.
And I went, fuck, inside.
Mm-hmm.
I did. And he said, okay, what they did was they have two things working here, and their intent is to make it work faster and better and blah, blah, blah. But one of them has failed. And without the one, now the other won't work. So it's nothing that we can do because you've got some extracurricular shit going on here. But you can call, he gave me a list of people that specialize in data recovery, blah, blah, blah. And he said, basically, good luck. And I said, okay. Now, the person that recommended I get this from this place, it couldn't have been more bad news on their part in my head. Just like, of course.
How long have you had this unit?
10 years.
Okay.
Now, I know that's a long time. But I also want to specify I had used it 2 days prior, worked like a champ, like the first day I bought it. Anyway, so then I said, okay, well, I've already come to terms that that's probably the case, and that I've Googled this thing to the end of the moon. I'm probably going to have to buy a new one. I'm already in fucking debt because of this fucking furniture that they can't get to my house, right? So it's not a good week for me. But I have to have it to work, right? So I was like, I'm down to buy one, and I was like, but the one I want is beyond the standard that's in your store, but according to your site, it's like an option that you can get. So I'm sure you don't have it in store, but could I buy it here, and then you could ship it to me? And he's like, well, I can pull up the website. And we can buy it off the website. And I was like, okay, I just want to specify that I am in the Apple store.
You love Apple.
And I have a credit card. And I can't give money to the store to get an Apple computer. I have to give money to the computer itself.
So where do you guys see AI in the next 5 to 10?
And he's like,
buying Bobby's computers for
not
him.
at Apple. That's what got him sure.
And he's like, I know, I get it. He's like, in our defense, if you got the standard, which is what most people get, we could have you out the door today. But you want the shit that nobody buys. So
what is it specifically that you want that isn't?
There's more memory, more space, more, to run all the shit.
You're just looking to spend more money than they wanted to take, basically.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so it was a huge waste of my fucking time. But except for the fact that I know now what the problem is, and
are you able to? Did you research the data recovery?
We have started that process.
I have an accompanying story, just real quick, about computer failures. Someone I know that 3D prints mythic parts, essentially, lost 5 years of files.
Wow.
Had a data corrupt thing and lost. He's like, I can get the files back from the designers, but I've gone in and tweaked them and laid them out, and it's all gone.
Yeah. So I have to.
I need to back all my designs up.
I did come home and get online and buy the computer, which is the same service that the more brick and mortar store could offer me. and it's going to be here at the earliest March 7th.
Oh, that's not too. That's 2 weeks.
Yeah. So the good news is I have my laptop, but I try not to run my laptop into the ground because it has this kind of own set of responsibilities around here. But I think
crazy they can't get you a computer. I mean, it's a week, but still,
yeah.
You think that would.
But I think I have enough content to get me through 2 weeks, with the exception of Sit Down Saturdays. And I think if I do 2 videos on here, it won't be the biggest deal in the world. But just not a good week for me. So pretty shitty.
Or you could probably just put up a Sit Down Saturday without the clips, and people will be like, "This is fine, Bobby," because I listen. I mean, honestly, when I listen to your Sit Down Saturday, I just listen. I don't even look at it.
Right.
I'm like, I kind of feel bad because my man's over here making pictures.
No. Why did you sigh when I said the data recovery?
Because it's hard, and it can be lost.
It can be expensive too.
And it doesn't always work. I have a hard drive that is still kept that has stuff on it that I wish I could have. It's unrecoverable. I've had it looked at, but I kept the hard drive just because.
Maybe technology could change at some point.
No, it's a fucking HDD, so I don't think it's possible.
Walt Disney, maybe.
But ever since then, I got a terabyte. Like you were talking about the files, whatever. Whenever something I worked on, like my Blender stuff, I always like double save. It saves automatically on my computer and it saves on my external hard drive, so I always have backup.
Yeah. When you messaged me about the CDs from Mario, I know that I have them on a hard drive that I have have it fucking recovered.
Theoretically, the capability. So that's my week. Not off to the best of starts. And that's it. So let me go ahead and go to notes. There is a fair bit, but I don't think we need to spend too much time on a lot of them. There was a Marvel Legends fan stream. Did you see it? So I'm excited about Wolfsbane because that means that Farrell's probably coming from that mold.
Same, just recolor.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, okay, we know it's.
You've been talking about that one forever.
Yeah, that's one of the big ones for me. So the big three for me, that like I can walk away from the entire thing after these three. There's stuff that if they come out, cool, I'll partake. I'll wet my beak, as it were. But it's Rachel, Phoenix,
Summer,
Farrell, and Gideon for me.
Gideon? So Gideon is on that list for me where it's like,
are they gonna make Gideon?
I can.
You see that they made Frogman.
Yeah, some of the shit that they've made is like, why can't we get a Gideon?
Because I haven't even heard. Has anyone mentioned Gideon since 1993?
No, but I don't know if they've mentioned Farrell either, or Wolfsbane, either for that matter.
Are y'all talking about
the fan stream, the Marvel?
Talking about Rob Liefeld speaking?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was excited to see Wolfsbane. I was excited to see Kazar. I'm hoping that we get what's her name? The lady starts with an S, I think. Because if they don't do her, then I'm buying him for nothing.
Sauce Boss.
And I'm okay with not getting the Build-A-Figure and just buying my own saber-tooth tiger.
All I saw was there was a saber-tooth tiger involved.
I'm cool. I'll find some. Next time I go to the Smithsonian with the kids, I'll take a close
I'll be honest with you, Marvel Legends is so far removed at this point from anything I know what the fuck it is, I stopped paying attention. Like they're into the deep cut territory, which, listen, that's fine for people who want the deep cut stuff. And I know they're going to throw Wolverine in every way. Or Spider-Man.
Yeah, Iron Man too.
Okay. From time to time you get a cap.
I love Iron Man.
So this Wolfsbane figure comes with an Iron Man in the wave.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I did see there's some fantastic. Mason collects just Spider-Man, so he's like, "Do I really want to buy an $80 box set just for Spider-Man when I don't give a shit about the rest of it?"
So that was I didn't know if that was a set or if.
I think it's a box set.
Then never mind.
But he just wants the Spider-Man. He doesn't want the rest of it.
So
I have that's the thing.
That's what I told him. I said,
units.
Just buy it and sell the rest on eBay.
They can't sell the fucking 7 guys nobody wants. They have to sell with one guy, and then everyone has to fucking buy it.
I have like a Wolverine shelf, and I was looking, and I was like, "Oh, that Wolverine would fit."
I strangely do too. But
did you happen to see the trailer for 97 X-Men? Anybody?
Yes.
What are your thoughts, comments, courtesies, concerns?
I mean, I didn't watch the first one, so I'm very aware of it.
For real?
Dude, wow. 97, I was busy.
Loved it.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I was 21 when that came out. So
but it didn't start in 97.
Yeah, it started in 92.
It started in 92.
Oh, it ended in 97.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in high school. I was busy.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I was like, I saw the trailer. I was excited for the trailer. I was like, okay, all right. I'm looking, and it did what it needed to do for me.
It seems like it's getting very mixed reviews.
Hold on, timeline wise, when did Image Comics start? Was that
around that same time?
So that's probably like
92, 93.
It sounds crazy, but I think I'll kind of stop paying attention to the Marvel shit when the Image shit happened.
That sounds about right.
That probably was just like not on my radar because.
So anyway,
is it good?
So it's just the trailer. The trailer I thought looked good. I know people are upset with the animation, that the animation is not close enough, that and they shaved Rogue's ass off, which is a bummer. That is a bummer.
Can you make it look more choppy?
She's on that. She's on that. What do they call it? That fat losing drug.
Just watch it on a critical. Just watch it on a Critical Race Theory TV. Her butt will just get bigger automatically. The CRTs, baby.
But so to speak, she. The one thing I would say is that like the animation seems a bit updated, but it doesn't seem to me completely outside the ballpark. To me, it's like
looks close enough.
The way I see it,
natural evolution.
Remember when Batman animated series had that like last season that looked a little bit different, but it was like it's still fine. It's still fine, guys. It's still good. Like that's how I view this as like the last season that was done a bit different. I'm excited about it. I'm going to watch this one.
Yeah,
nice.
I think it'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. I think the storylines are going to go well, and I'm optimistic.
I'm curious to how the voice actors, are they the same voice actors? They are.
A lot of them are.
I'm curious to see how they hold up, because you know how like when the people now are like going back and redoing their records because the 30-year publishing is up and everybody's song sounds like shit.
So
I like that.
But they had
Purple Rain. Purple Rain.
They had
Be glad he didn't have a chance.
They had a sound clip with Gambit talking and Wolverine. And I don't know if it's the same actor for Gambit. I know it's the same actor for Wolverine, and you can tell it's different. It's not the same,
right? Yeah, I could tell Wolverine wasn't the same,
but it gets by
close enough.
The Gambit one, I always had a problem with Gambit anyway.
No, that's my fave. That's my fave. He smokes cigarettes, talks shit. No.
I love Gambit as a character, but the voice for the cartoons is like it's not. I don't know.
He never had the best voice anyway.
I haven't been to New Orleans, but I just feel like I don't know if that's how that goes. But whatever.
Fantastic Four cast. Any thoughts regarding that?
I don't.
We're having a fantastic. Is it the Office guy? The Office guy?
No.
What the fuck? Why?
No, it's Pedro. So it's Pedro Pascal is Miss. All right. So let me just say this. I'm good with
Michael Jordan's not in it.
That's why I was.
Neither's Michael B. Neither Michael B. Jordan.
Which I'm okay with, but whatever. So I think Sue looks good. I think Ben looks good.
I thought that too.
The other two, I'm like, I don't know.
Well,
and this is based on nothing, right? Just seeing pictures of their faces and going like, does that look like Johnny Storm to me? Does that look like Reed Richards?
Would you have preferred John Krasinski?
Yeah,
I would have.
I mean, just because they already made a precedence for it.
Correct. That's what I was wondering.
And he did a good enough job in that one.
I'll tell you why I think it's not. He's busy doing his own
directing,
and I don't think he want to be tied down for however many years it takes to do that.
I mean, he's good at.
Well, he turned down Captain America because he was supposed to be Captain America initially. He turned that down too because he didn't want to commit to a long-term thing.
He would. I think he would have been good as U.S. agent. Just the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
But here we are. So.
Yeah, I don't know. They were just the two that I was like, I don't know. And I'll be honest, if I had to like replace one just from looking at their faces, I would replace Johnny Storm. He just doesn't look like
Captain America.
Yeah, kind of like he doesn't like he doesn't. When I
don't know if he's getting this or not.
Oh yeah, but I think you nailed it in a way because like he doesn't look like the missing member of NSYNC.
Right,
which is
like Chris Evans.
Right, yeah,
like pretty boy type.
Yeah, the pretty boy, clean cut, like all American. Like,
is that the guy from
types?
Yeah, exactly. Like, walks in, takes all the girls.
Is that who's playing him? Let me see.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Hold on, which one's Johnny Storm?
Joseph Quinn. Yeah.
Oh, where do I know him from? He's been in some. The other guy's in. He's actually in Andor.
Yeah, he doesn't look like
he's also
he
in
doesn't have that Johnny Storm presence. I see what you
mean.
mean.
Yeah.
Click on this picture. What else is
looking at the cast? So they have Adam Driver listed.
I wonder if he's Doom.
That's what I've been. I'm there for that.
Sign me up for that.
This dude played. I don't know if you guys saw the last season of Stranger Things, but he played Eddie.
Yes, that's
where he's
he just doesn't strike me as like the guy that's going to come in and take my bitch.
Those are the ones you got to worry about, though.
I guess.
They said,
but yeah, Adam Driver's on it. And granted, I just Googled the cast.
Right.
He could get Rando on there.
Yeah,
he could.
He knows what he needs to do. He just doesn't know if he has the strength to do it.
Somebody said Doom, Silver Surfer, and Galactus were quote unquote confirmed. Now, take it with a grain of salt, but.
I hope that Bobcat Goldthwait plays Galactus.
Then there was a little bit of kind of like industry stuff. Just two things. One, that CW was not going to go towards a streaming service, and they just said something that
Hold on, that's not true. But go ahead and finish what you're saying, because I have
CW's new bosses bet on linear. We're not in the streaming video on demand business.
That's funny because the National Wrestling Alliance, I said that way because the NWA is confusing, has recently secured a deal with the CW to be on their streaming platform only, not on their site.
Jokes on them. They just signed a contract.
Hey, read that fine print real quick.
Also, the CW they have the rights to NXT, WWE NXT, which will start sometime this fall.
But they threw some shade out there, which I found interesting. Dennis Miller, the president of CW, told The Wrap in an interview after the network's press day at the Television Critics Association's 2024 Winter Tour, which I'm sure you all had tickets to.
Oh, gosh.
Unlike our peers out there, Nexstar has a wonderful cash flow and margin business, and it's not losing $500 million a quarter like competing streaming companies.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Yeah, it was thick on the table with that one.
And he says, with the exception being Netflix, right? Which I think is like all lining up how we're seeing this stuff, which I just found interesting. And then the last thing was Paramount cut 800 jobs, another streaming service.
Nice.
Had the fucking Super Bowl. It just seems like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, these motherfuckers are not getting the money, or not getting the money they want from streaming.
I think also Paramount, there's rumors that they're merging with Peacock.
Yeah.
So that
okay.
might be. I mean, that's the thing, though, too. It's like, because I remember before Paramount was Paramount, it was CBS Plus. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not paying for that stream. Then when it became Paramount and they had a bunch of other shit, I was like, okay, I'll watch some of those things and specific movies exclusive to it. But outside of that, who's really watching fucking Paramount? I think they took Yellowstone away too.
I found it interesting that Amazon now is spinning themselves as, you only need us, and then you can just like bolt on the other ones, right? Yeah. Instead of having the Showtime app, just watch Showtime through us. Or I think they've got Paramount and everything. Like, I've got Crunchyroll. I think we get Paramount free because we have a Walmart Plus subscription, which I don't even know what the fuck we have. And we get, seems like there's something for our cell phones.
It makes more sense.
HBO or Max is packaged through something.
Burger King.
Well,
no, I'm kidding. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's like a very cannibalistic situation,
right?
Yeah,
I'll
have to see it.
It is.
It's only. I think it's only good for the consumer when fucking companies are desperate.
It's funny.
Unless it all crumbles, like that. That's my.
Then something else, like that's just how things go.
Right. So my thought is this streaming shit is the crumbling of cable. Mm-hmm. And it turned into a bunch of shit I don't want to watch.
It gave the opportunity for so much to be made that just by the law of averages, it's mostly shit. Like Cat Person on Hulu.
But holy with most shit, things with money, though, things course correct. They just have to eventually.
It just takes a long time. We're talking about 5 years now.
Anything else,
and it's not fully corrected.
Part of that,
I know, but how long did we get?
How much time do you get to live?
Not everything's about your lifetime, bro.
But I'm speaking about from my perspective.
Yeah.
Real quick, I have something from a Nerd Week that I totally forgot about. I watched the majority of NBA All-Star Weekend just because I happened to be around. The score of the game was 211 to 170 something.
It's too much.
Nobody was playing defense the whole time.
Everyone wants to score, bro.
Right, but like even some of those dudes are out. I mean, they obviously have to be there contractually. They like what's that guy's at Luka, the guy.
Yeah.
And then Jokic, whatever the guy, the horse guy. He they're both out there just like shoot. I mean, they don't even jump when they shoot, like layups. They just like it's just disheartening. You're millionaires. We get it. Fucking put on, some sort of competition.
There's also the question though too, because they were talking about this on ESPN afterward. you're like, do we even need this? Like the skills competitions, people tune in for that, but it's like the All-Star game. It's like, do we even need this? It's like,
let me move into questions if we don't mind, just because to wrap it up, I'm getting hungry as fuck.
Oh yeah,
we got a question from
nobody brought us fries this week.
Al. And he said, "Hello, gentlemen. I've been meaning to write to you for years, and I do mean years. I won't give my whole NRR CV right now, as this will be too long. I'm listening to the episode with the ex-King of England just to give you my frame of reference. You mentioned dead malls and those who go explore them. There's a guy named Sal who has been exploring the dead malls in your area and surrounding, who goes into reasons why malls are fading. Just for Bobby and Chris, he visits Fort Armistead, and I can recommend that video for your viewers. He also goes into detail of how malls were built, changed hands, and some of the corruption. And he sent me a link, which I will check out. I am interested in the mall stuff. My curiosity has been settled regarding Fort Armistead.
You want to hear an interesting story about a mall real quick before you continue?
Sure.
The mall, my mall that I grew up in, Madison Square Mall. It's been torn down since then. But I stumbled in a YouTube rabbit hole looking through dead mall stuff one day, and I was like, oh, there's like stuff about the Huntsville. And there was like somebody had done a YouTube video of like the people who worked at this mall like the day it opened. So if you guys remember, tell you how long ago it is, Vanessa Williams, the singer, was Miss America.
I do.
And then her Penthouse came out.
Black History Fact.
And like there was this big scandal about, because she was supposed to be at the grand opening for this, and they like had to cancel her because of, the outrage that, oh my God, this woman, she's got titties in there. You can see them. And now we're like, oh, what's up? You're my school principal and you got OnlyFans?
Cool. Normal.
Do you? Sorry.
Except for that lady that was head of the for Black History Month. She was Rachel, whatever her name. Yeah,
I saw that. And she was
she just got shit canned.
That poor thing.
But, from teaching.
She's Black History Month adjacent, by the way.
Adjacent. Joey, I understand where you are coming from, and it was over at OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I think it was, Joey, I understand where you are coming from in this episode about Santa and wanting kids to know the truth from the beginning. You have been hating
on people having fun.
You have, goodness and normalcy. Pagans, you're a pagan. People against goodness and normalcy.
I like pegging.
You have been having epiphanies about life and the world, and can't wrap your head around the fact that others don't see it or understand. Mm-hmm. This is the same thing a lot of people go through when they realize the man-made nature of gods and religion. Sometimes we are able to have great conversations about those. How those are not real, but because of the nature of humans need to believe in the programming from youth prevents real conversations most of the time. It's one of the things we come to understand, and we just shake our heads and move on. Yeah. Also, you guys mentioned there was a time before Santa, and that is the same for God. There was a time before those gods existed. I disagree with you about the kids and Santa, but then that is because I have children and love to see them excited on Christmas.
That's the difference.
If you are so inclined, I recommend American Gods by Neil Gaiman. It's a great read and goes into the nature of gods, how they come and go, and how we bring them to different places. Don't watch the show as only
like the show.
I remember there being a show,
if
right?
You've never seen, just like Marvel writers, if you've never seen it, you don't know why it's different and bad.
But then he said, secondly, because you drive a lot and need distraction, I recommend a podcast called The Magnus Archives. It's a podcast that spans 5 years and is complete, so no cliffhangers.
It's a series of podcasts, okay?
And deals with the supernatural.
Like
Bobby mentioned not understanding Dune. Again, here's one more his speed, and sent me a YouTube video.
Dune 2 is about to come out, so...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I've got to watch... Kelly and I are going to watch it again.
The first one?
See it, yeah.
And then lastly, he said, Bobby, I stand with your integrity on your reviews. Chris, I stand with you on standing. Joey, I stand with you on believing in basic human rights. Thank you all for the years of enjoyment, and I look forward to more hijinks and antics. AI, or Al, last name redacted to prevent...
Was it AI? AI?
It's got AI on the brain. Al, last name redacted to prevent mistakes, of which I'm known to have.
Hey, Al.
Thanks for writing in, man.
Appreciate it. I like your boat ride from South Park.
So the truth is, I think we have...
I didn't say all that.
Our 2 write-ins for questions this week are neither of them are questions.
Nice statements, man.
Statements.
But hey, if you did by chance have an opportunity to write us a question, you could send it
or a statement.
You can email us at nerdrageradiomail@gmail.com.
He said, I'm with Joey. I enjoyed the movie Cowboys and Aliens when it came out and watched it with my son a few years back. He's 10 now, but he liked it. All I was expecting was a cowboy. Check. Aliens. Check.
Yes,
Cowboys
exactly.
versus Aliens.
Simple, yeah.
Check.
Yes, that's
it
all.
delivered on what it promised.
That's all I cared about.
Calamity ensues. I think I may own this on DVD because I found it in the $1 bin somewhere. It is a similar vein to me as 10,000 BC, which could have been called Caveman versus Aliens. I enjoyed it the same way. I realize that I just enjoy a good premise in a movie, specifically sci-fi. If the premise is interesting, even if it's okay, a movie, I can appreciate it. Every movie, TV show can't be the greatest of all time,
right?
where it deserves a podcast series or YouTube breakdown. Sometimes a movie is just a movie. Time to spend in your thoughts about the movie. Time to spend in your thoughts about the movie or a shared experience with family or friends. Yeah, you just like bullshit. You like lower level shit. That's fine.
According to you.
That's fine. That's fine. And I do too.
I'm a simple man.
I do too. But
I enjoy things in different ways.
I do too. I like Dumb and Dumber. I don't think it's Citizen Kane. I don't think it's Schindler's List. I don't think it's, I don't think it's any of those things. I think it's Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
But I also know not only is it Dumb and Dumber, it's Dumb and Dumber.
Well, obviously,
no one's saying Cowboys and Aliens are fucking great,
that's
but
supposed
this is
to
what I
be
signed
that
up
way.
for. It's more.
There's a lot that's not supposed to be that way.
Right. I think that sometimes
I feel like less atrocious than like Transformers movies that are based on humans or the Godzilla movies that you barely see Godzilla in.
I don't know. They say the one that you barely see him in is the best one. This latest one.
Oh, is it? I haven't seen the latest one.
Yeah, they say he's barely in it, but they say
is it?
But they also say it's like the.
I remember the first one. People were like, we didn't get enough Godzilla. Too many people running around.
The Matthew Broderick one.
No. We don't count that one. That one is
classic.
So because
I could have used more Godzilla in that. To be fair,
we could go back.
There was a lot of Godzilla in that. There was Godzilla running around buildings and chopping helicopters.
You want him or Matthew Broderick?
I want Method Man to play Godzilla.
He really wants to be a superhero bad.
He should just be his own superhero.
Do it.
I don't know if you've seen him, he's actively trying. I think he's even bought cosplay and done video clips to just put out on the internet.
Oh, like Nicolas Cage and Superman?
I think he's done. Don't quote me on this, but I think he's done a Bishop.
I could see that shit.
Cosplay.
He did.
See,
that's cool.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
You think all of Wu-Tang wanted to be superheroes?
Yeah, I mean they had superhero names.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They had superhero personas. You think they want to be in superhero movies?
Yeah, and they had powers in Triumph.
I bomb atomically.
I mean, he said that clinging on the wall.
That's right. He did.
That's true.
I think Inspector Deck should just dress up as Inspector Gadget.
There you go. You could do
Call it a day.
What if he wanted to be the Rebel INS? What if he wanted to be Raleigh Fingers?
Raleigh Fingers.
That's the only names I can think of. They all had 8 names.
Yeah.
His partner Bobby Digital.
Bobby Digital, Bobby Steels.
Yeah, that's right.
The Abbott, the Resurrector, and the RZA and Prince Rakeem.
You'd think you could move some of that shit around your head and just learn to like pickles.
First of all, ayo. Secondly, it's the same Pushnikins issue. I wish I could choose what my brain chose to cling on to.
Do you know Shaq's verse from the Fushnikins?
No, but I bet you with prompting, I could do his verse on the one with RZA and Meth on it.
Okay,
but
I think I used to know the beginning of it. But
yeah, I know. I know
Shaq's everywhere.
Yeah. So with that, Evan, the king of Pasaconda, and Dante the Destroyer, thank you guys for coming out. It's always a pleasure.
Happy Black History.
Wish you. I couldn't be happier to celebrate it with you.
Absolutely.
Hey, wait a minute. Will this one come out? This will
yes, it'll be on the 29th.
Wow.
Leap year made it happen, Captain.
Shout out to Phil on our notes and on Twitter, and shout out to Ricky Tiki Timber on the videos. And with that,
Labius,
Wax by holes,
Cocoa Butter Coochie.
Well, right next door is Tasty Tay.
There we go.
and soon to be meeting both could be a tight dick player.
Go eat, Bobby.